the Super Bowl is set. Yawn. Can I make any more disgust noises?
This is a rematch from the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think 23. Last year was what? 49ers and
The
Chiefs.
Yeah.
20. That was 24. 23 was Eagles and Chiefs. I'm just getting tired of the Chiefs, man.
You got to beat them.
We'll get into the Chiefs a little later on. So, Gasparilla, successful.
Yes.
Weather turned out to be nice. We'll get into that. This morning, I guess the most pressing thing is this 275 mess, which is now cleared up. So 270, well, it's halfway cleared up.
Yeah, it's still a big backup.
Well, 2 lanes are closed, and then 2 lanes are open. So at least the interstate is not shut down.
Right.
The interstate was shut down like all freaking night. Late last night into most of the overnight hours, 275 northbound, just before the downtown, like the Ashley exit, the east and west down there. So Scott Street and Ashley. So that was closed, 275, I guess, right around Armenia, I guess, where it began. And then this thing's been a pain in the neck for hours and hours. And just trying to pour through the story, a shooting and a hit and run at a Dollar General in South Tampa. I mean, this is a crazy story. So, again, here's what happened. Maybe I'll try to get Chief Lee Burkaw on from TPD later this morning. So, according to Burkaw and the presser last night, around 8:30 p.m., there was some kind of an altercation at the Dollar General at, like, Dale Mabry and Interbay.
That's a good Dollar General.
I've never been. You've been there?
It's the one right next to the base.
Yeah, it's right near the base.
Oh yeah, I've been there before.
So you've been to that Dollar
That's a good
General.
Dollar General.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably not the best in town, but city of Tampa wise, it might be the best.
Where is the best Dollar General in town?
Sefner. Sefner, between Sefner and Dover on 92. It's a new one. It's real nice.
What about the Dollar General on 52 out in Dade City?
Good stuff. Yeah,
like that one?
I don't know when the last time you went to.
That's the one just before St. Leo.
Listen, I don't know the last time you went to a Dollar General, but it's got everything.
It's been a while. You know what? I did go. I needed some batteries for one of my rifle scopes. And I needed batteries for my my ear protection, for my Walker ear. I had to stop and get like 2 AA's at that Dollar General some time ago.
You could have got batteries. You could have got a Red Bull. You could have got some Funyuns. They have it all.
Right, and a half gallon of milk.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Everything you need from cradle to grave, you can probably get at Dollar General.
Chicken salad in a can.
Yeah, chicken salad. Absolutely. Yeah.
They're little small cans.
The little small can comes with a little packet of mayo.
Yeah.
The tuna one comes with a packet of mayo, a packet of relish.
Whatever. Oh, by the way, do you hear that voice? That's Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Michelle joins us this morning. So MJ Fester, Michelle joins us in studio. All right, back over to the Dollar General deal. So, according to the chief of police, Burkaw, City of Tampa, 47-year-old suspect used his vehicle to impede the victim, then moved his car and then followed the victim to a different location off of MacDill. And then the suspect hit the victim with his car and then, boom, sped off. At that point, the victim had injuries that were declared minor. He was treated by Tampa Fire and Rescue at the scene. Then, according to TPD, the suspect then hit another pedestrian on MacDill near Interbay. That victim had head injuries, and the last we saw was in stable condition, but critical but stable at Tampa General. And then the suspect, are you keeping track of this?
Yeah,
the suspect then hit a third pedestrian, also on Interbay, and that person is deceased. I mean, what a freaking maniac.
Oh, no.
Then at 10:15 p.m., there was a fourth hit and run. That was around West Shore and Lemon. So that's right near 275 and the Waffle House.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
north
it.
of Kennedy.
That's at West Shore and 275. Waffle House is right there, and then that street that heads off, that weird street
Yes.
off of the 275 South West Shore exit. If you go straight, that's like Lemon, like straight ahead there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's what a bizarre freaking story. And then the man that was hit there was apparently, shaken up, but still conscious. And then TPD's involved in a chase here. Chief Burkaw says that TPD officers then started chasing the suspect onto 275 northbound, and right past Armenia is where they performed the pit maneuver, where they pull alongside and they tap the rear of the car, causing the pursued vehicle to spin out. And that was, just north of, I guess, Howard and Armenia exit. And then the suspect, after the pit, refused to come out of the car. And it's reported that he reached for something, and it was fearful that he was reaching for a gun. And that's when TPD officers opened fire on this guy, which is fully acceptable and standard operating procedure. And the maniac that was running people over after the altercation at Dollar General in South Tampa, he's deceased. So he was taken out by TPD. What a crazy story. According to Burkaw, the chief said last night that 3 officers were injured. The officers should recover just fine. What a nut. And according to the information gathered on the suspect, had an extensive criminal history, a violent history, and he got out of the big house 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So, wow. And yeah, he's not going to be going back.
No.
Yeah. He was dealt with on the scene. And then we had 275 northbound, which was completely shut off. All 4 lanes of 275 north, beginning at Armenia through then downtown. Those were closed all like last night, from late last night into the entire overnight hours. And now 275 northbound is beginning to normalize. A few minutes ago, the right 2 lanes were open, and now we're hearing, we're looking at traffic cams, and Andrew is saying that the road ranger teams or the FDOT, whoever, they're taking more cones away. So by the bulk of morning drive here coming up, it looks like 275 should be fully opened. But
that's crazy.
What a crazy story. I'm going to drop Chief Burkaw a text and see if he can come on this morning, because this is a maniacal story. And again, we don't know what the altercation was, or I'll ask the chief, what the hell happened at the Dollar General that caused this guy to try to block the first victim's vehicle. I don't know. And then follow him to a friend's house, and then
some kind of dispute.
Then hit him.
Yeah.
Clearly it was some kind of dispute at the Dollar General. The question is, did the suspect, who's now dead, did the suspect know who the dude was at Dollar General? Was that just a rando deal? A lot of questions, but a crazy overnight story in Tampa. Wow. 6:09 at the MJ Morning Show, and we're packed today. Monday shows are always loaded up good to the gills, and we're back in minutes. 6:09, traffic's on. Shriner's got the latest.
In Tampa, we have...
Q105, it's 104.7 FM. Desree. Yeah, if you want to get it right, it's DES apostrophe REE. Desree. Monday morning, hopefully traffic is starting to normalize. 275 northbound. Approaching downtown after an insane overnight issue and a police chase, guy that ran over like 4 pedestrians, and some fight started at a Dollar General in South Tampa. I mean, crazy story. I sent a note out to Chief Burkhaw, TPD, to see if he can join us and kind of give us a debriefing sometime this morning. 6:22. Oh, you know what else we got to get into? This is making national news, and it happened at Tampa General Hospital.
What happened?
Some dude that ate nothing but cheese and meat, like 6 pounds a day, had cholesterol just oozing out of his hands. I mean, it's what?
That just sounds gross.
Oh, tell me about it.
That sounds like a guy who
the
really.
incoming and the outgoing.
My God.
This guy knows how to follow a keto diet. I mean, this guy should have an Instagram channel. I mean, he's a health guru.
A keto weirdo.
Yeah.
Is what he was.
Only mean cheese.
Hey, we'll get into that a little later on because it's getting national attention. And this story was written up in JAMA. You know, that's my JAMA. Oh, man, that's my favorite JAMA. The
Journal
of the American Medical Association, and it's JAMA Cardiology. Yeah, the cholesterol Tampa ooze story. Nice. That's the sound it was making at Tampa General when the guy showed up in the ER. Okay, all right, we'll get to that. It's a gross story. We'll get to that coming up. Hey, I asked a question minutes ago as I was talking over the Desree intro. Does OJ's son, Justin, still live in town? Because I was reading this TMZ piece, and I remember there was a story that OJ Simpson's son, Justin Simpson, lived in St. Pete at one point.
He's in real estate.
And is a real estate agent.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. So TMZ over the weekend hits with this. Headline, O.J. Simpson's estate sues son Justin for moving into O.J.'s house. But it's missing some crucial details.
Where's the house?
Well, that's the question. Listen to this. So from TMZ, O.J. Simpson's estate is doing legal battle with one of his children, suing his son for allegedly moving into O.J.'s home and refusing to leave.
He has the house in South Florida, right?
Yeah, that's I thought so. Malcolm Laverne, the attorney serving as the special administrator of OJ's estate, filed a suit against Primary Holdings LLC, a company he says is owned and operated by Justin Simpson, OJ and Nicole Brown Simpson's son. Laverne says Primary Holdings purchased the house where OJ was living when he passed in a deal where it would own the house to protect OJ's financial interests and shield the property against creditor claims. What? Fred Goldman?
Yeah.
Who's had what, like a
36 million, I think.
Some 33, 30, what a huge $30+ million judgment against OJ in the civil case.
You know, I don't know what he does right now because I'm looking on Zillow and everything it says that he was representing somebody in was a couple of years ago in Nevada and Bel Air.
Yeah, all right. So Simpson obviously died.
OJ died,
So OJ died, and Justin moved into the house. But TMZ doesn't say where is the house. Come on.
It's got to be the one in South Florida. I've never heard anything about OJ owning a residence in the Tampa Bay area.
So OJ's son moved into the house, claiming that because he's the owner of Primary Holdings, the house is now his, and refused to vacate the property or pay the estate back for the alleged payments Simpson made in the past. But the lawyer says that OJ never intended to make the house separate from the estate, and it was OJ who was making the house payments all along. So Malcolm Laverne, the lawyer, says that Justin is still living in the house, even though he owned a home nearby that wasn't as nice as OJ's, and Justin wants it as his own in direct contradiction to the double murderer's OJ's will.
If the house is titled either under a trust or under the mortgage or the deed to this company, then it's the company's.
All right, so OJ died last April 2024. He had prostate cancer, 76 years old. And in the months since, the estate has auctioned off several items connected to OJ, including
knives,
his stash of prison.
What you say, prison shanks?
No. I never heard this.
What?
They auctioned off his stash of prison pornography?
Oh, my God.
What the hell? Really?
Gross.
Wow. And
what would that consist of?
I don't know.
Well, I guess the question is, was he living there before OJ died?
Well, no. I mean, I think OJ...
Where's the freaking house? I want to know, where's this house? Because Justin Simpson, OJ's son, did live in St. Petersburg. In fact, I did a search for him, and it still lists St. Petersburg, Florida, with a 727 number.
Yeah, OJ had a house in Kendall.
I've got his email also. Yeah, Kendall.
Yeah.
Because remember, OJ moved to Florida because of the homestead laws to protect his assets, because in Florida, in litigation and a lawsuit, a home is something that if everything is legally done properly, they can't take your home. So OJ left California, moved to Florida to protect assets, as in home, from being taken to satisfy creditors in the civil judgment against him.
Right. But if this, what is his name? Justin
Justin
is there, then essentially he's a squatter. And, there's like squatters' rights.
Yeah, apparently squats are part of his exercise regimen. He does curls.
Yeah.
He does sit-ups.
The house has a gym.
And he's a squatter.
Yeah. Does he do stabbings?
If he's the owner of the company that's on the deed, then he's the rightful owner.
All right, I don't know what the hell's going on. And TMZ, why don't you tell us in the story where the damn house is? Isn't that important? Where's the house?
Alaska.
Well, also, why wouldn't it be OJ's will for it to go to his son?
All right, so I have a phone. I have a phone number for Justin, and it's a 727 number. It's a local number. 727-42. All right, I'm going to dial it up. I don't know if anyone's going to pick up or 727-420. All right, Andrew, pick up line 1 and let me know what's going on. Hold on a minute. All right, it's ringing. Andrew, turn your mic on in there and give us play-by-play. Would you...
Well, first of all, who am I speaking to? Am I speaking to Mr. Simpson?
He doesn't.
Oh, okay. Are you connected with Mr. Simpson?
Andrew.
Okay.
Andrew's on the phone right now. Right, who is it?
Okay, apologies.
Hold on. Ask Andrew.
Who am I speaking with?
Who is it then?
Okay, talk on the microphone. Talk on the microphone.
All right, you turn your microphone on.
He told me he's not connected to Mr. Simpson. I have a wrong number.
All right. So, but who the hell was? All right, so Andrew just picked up the phone that I dialed, and so Andrew, your mic was not on at all because I heard
him say, "Are you connected to Mr. Simpson?"
Oh, okay, all right. So that was on the air. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so I'd like to know then why does allegedly O.J. Simpson's son's 727 local number ring to that dude? Because I've got it listed.
Did he give it as a lovely parting gift as he skipped town to squat in his old man's place?
And where does O.J. Simpson's son live now? But TMZ, come on, sloppy journalism, TMZ. Because when I think of high-quality journalism, like who, what, when, where, and why, I think of TMZ to fulfill those journalistic prophecies. Get me Harvey Levin on the phone.
Yeah, he'd be appalled at this.
Get me Harvey Levin. I've got Harvey's number. Get me Harvey Levin. Levin. All right, hang on. Oh, now we're hearing it's Las Vegas. Andrew, wait, Andrew, turn your microphone on.
Yes?
Andrew, where?
Yeah, how do you hear that?
Where'd you see that?
Casino.org has a story about it.
Casino.org.
Listen. Okay, so OJ had a house in Vegas.
Right.
He had a house in Kendall, Florida.
Well, Vegas is where he did the burglary in the hotel for his alleged memorabilia that was stolen, and that's why he did the time in Nevada prison because of that deal. All right, so we're looking at the home. It looks like it's Las Vegas. Let me get Harvey Levin on the phone. I'm sure Harvey's in the office at 3:31 L.A. time. I wonder if Harvey was affected by the fires. 818-972. I'm calling Harvey Levin. I got to tell Harvey they got to get things straight. They got to get things, in order over at TMZ. I mean, the basic who, what, when, where, why. Come on. Andrew's got to find some story on casino.org.
Sorry.
Harvey Levin.
Is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
I'm a lawyer. Hey, Harvey, it's MJ Morning Show, Tampa Bay. You've been with us before. I'm sure you remember every single interaction. Hey, we don't snicker on the voicemail.
Everyone.
Harvey, I'm just kind of curious. The story about OJ's son, Justin, and the whole dispute over the estate and the house, and he won't move out, and he's squatting. The story doesn't even say that the house is in Las Vegas. Andrew, my producer, had to find it on casino.org. I need TMZ to be my one-stop shop for information. Come on, Harvey. Were those muscle shirts too tight around your biceps? Is it constricting blood flow? Come on, Harvey. We love you. All right, Harvey, give me a call back on my cell. Have a good day. All right, bye-bye. All right, a little message for Harvey Levin over at TMZ.
Expect his call in a couple of hours.
Yeah, he'll buzz me back.
All right, casino.org, the world's online gaming authority since 1995.
Yeah, thank you very much for that.
Wow.
All right.
They have a whole section called Las Vegas Myths.
Yeah, Las Vegas Myths.
I got to check that out.
Yeah, let me see that. All right, 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. We're off and running here on a Monday. Leaving nasty messages for Harvey Levin. All right. Early morons in the news rolls next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Hey, very shortly. I ought to hit the specialized gangsters, morons jingle.
Been spending most their lives living in a moron's paradise. Been spending most their lives living in a moron's paradise.
Let's do it. Love some morons of the news. Local suspect crashes into Hillsborough County deputy's vehicle and then tries to say that he's the victim here?
What?
Oh, man, takes all types. Suspect in custody. He ran into a Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office SUV with a deputy inside intentionally. Deputies, according to Channel 8, responded to an RV park just after 1 p.m. on Friday to investigate an aggravated battery incident. The sheriff's office said the suspect, Logan Williams,
Come on, Logan.
27, got into his vehicle with his mother, Miriam Williams, 62, and tried to leave the area, striking another car in the process. He then rammed a Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office SUV with Deputy Stevie Hackett inside. And another HCSO employee was inside the vehicle at the same time. What the heck? Did he just hit my car, Hackett said?
He smacked the hell out of it. Look at
the whole front end is busted off. The front left quarter panel's all smashed in. The tires all janked up.
This car is totaled.
You know what? Probably pretty damn close. Absolutely. So there was a civilian employee with the HCSO in the vehicle. Maybe he or she was doing a ride along. Wow. So the body cam was rolling when the hit occurred, And the deputy is heard saying, "Did he just hit my car?" And then the civilian employee that was in the car as well said, "Yes, he did." Then Logan Williams tried to run away, was arrested by Hackett. The deputy who chased him into a nearby wooded area, the body cam video showed the suspect shouting at the deputies while Hackett ordered him to get on the ground.
That's right.
So the body cam audio is, "Get on the ground, I'll effing shoot you." I'm completely okay with that. Totally. What are you laughing at?
Because every time you do that, I have the vision of Julian screaming at you, "Get on the ground," when we bought him plastic handcuffs for a reward.
Oh,
And that's all we didn't know what he wanted to do with them, but he'd seen episodes of Cops, and you had to role play along with him, and he would be little like 9-year-old Julian on top of you screaming, "Get on the ground!"
I think he was younger than 9, wasn't he?
Might have been.
I think he was like 6 or 7 years old. All he wanted was plastic handcuffs. Well, he wanted real handcuffs.
Well, yes.
But Michelle got him plastic handcuffs, and then he wanted to yell at me, "Get on the ground!" and then cuff me like in a Cops episode.
Yeah. This guy, Logan Williams, he doesn't look like he could run away from anybody.
No.
Oh, my
he's a
gosh.
bigger guy.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. "Get on the ground, I'll effing shoot you." That's what Deputy Hackett yelled. "You will not shoot me. Do not shoot me," the suspect is heard saying on the body cam. Logan Williams continued to shout that his rights were being violated and that he was being entrapped.
What?
What is he going to claim sovereign citizen next?
He was about to be turned into a colander.
He was the one that smashed
Right.
into the deputy's car and another vehicle.
Is that the mom?
That's about Miriam.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
she's a looker.
Woo!
All right.
You know,
So
couple
the
drinks.
deputy is heard saying, "You crashed into me." Then Williams says, "First of all, I was fleeing. I was scared for my life." Yeah, there's a video taken by a bystander. Man, everyone's got a camera phone these days. Everyone, you just have to assume. If wherever you are, you just got to assume that you're on video, whether it's surveillance video at a business or in a parking lot, or just everyone with their own TV camera,
That's right.
with their camera phones these days.
They're rolling everywhere you go.
Yeah, videos taken by a bystander showed the suspect begging for the video to be published on the news. Okay, it is. Put this on the news. Police brutality, man. Get out of here. You just rammed the sheriff's office vehicle. Anyway, so he was charged with attempted murder of a law enforcement officer, 2nd degree, attempted murder with a weapon, 2nd degree, resisting arrest without violence, resisting arrest with violence. He's got the whole menu here.
So that's the charge with and without.
Yeah, with violence and without violence. Aggravated fleeing to elude and leaving the scene of a crash.
Can't you charge him with one?
No.
The mother was also arrested. That's why there's a mug shot of her
What was she arrested for?
resisting without violence. Deputy Hackett and the civilian employee were taken to the hospital, minor injuries, both stable condition. This happened again on Friday.
Don't take my son.
Yeah.
That's what she was yelling.
I love you, son.
I'll bond you out. No, you
Yeah.
won't. You're going too.
Yeah. Who's gonna bond them all out? Unbelievable. All right. If it's morons of the news, it's got to be Florida. So that was Hillsborough County. Let's shoot to Texas though, but it's a Florida man pleaded guilty in federal court, assaulted an American Airlines gate agent at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. Keith Charles Owens pleaded guilty to a charge of interfering with security screening personnel, as according to the sentencing notes, or the arrest notes, I should say. He'll be sentenced in May. Mr. Owens appeared at gate A36, that's Alpha 36, at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport back in October. It was the wrong gate for his flight. He was supposed to be at gate A35. He shows up at A36. So the man walks over to A35 after being directed by a gate agent who radioed the agent at 35 that Owens appeared to be intoxicated. At gate 35, he attempted to walk down the jet bridge without scanning his boarding pass.
That's no good.
Then when they try to stop him, he becomes irate with the gate agents at American Airlines because he was stopped from boarding. Sir, stop. So they have to stop him because he just walks through the jet bridge without scanning his boarding pass. Then camera footage, surveillance camera footage. Airports have cameras everywhere. The footage then showed Owens walks back over to gate A36, grabs the shoulders and neck of the American Airlines gate agent, and then punches him in the face. The hell?
Leave the airline employee alone.
Yeah, prosecutors said the attack delayed boarding for the flight and caused numerous American Airlines employees to miss several days of work. Well, especially the one that got smashed in the face. And then Owens was arrested in December in South Florida. Well, how the hell did they let him leave the airport?
All right. You can kick all of our asses, and we're going to let you leave, but we got your name written down here on a piece of paper.
Why was he able to leave the airport? Why did they arrest him on the spot at Dallas-Fort Worth? He was arrested in December.
Yeah.
Incident happened in October, and, again, Florida man. Of course, it's a Florida man. Yeah.
A little harder every night, every day.
Oh, yeah.
We work a little longer till we find a better way.
Oh, yeah.
We're giving you our
What the hell is this?
That's an American Airlines spot
American, we're giving
from 1982 that Fester found.
Every single one of us.
In the airport and in the air.
Yeah.
From takeoff to landing.
To getting punched in the face at the gate by an irate drunk passenger.
We're giving our best.
There's gotta be more.
Oh, yeah.
High standards all the way.
Is this We're American Airlines doing it when we do best?
Expect from America.
Was that the tagline? We're American Airlines doing what we do best, right? Hang on.
Yes, we're American and we're giving our best. No matter where we fly.
Is this almost over, Fester?
No.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Giving our best. We're American Airlines. Doing what we do best.
There we go. Yep, we're American Airlines doing what we do best.
Getting in fights with drunk passengers
it
who are
wasn't-
on the wrong. What is he didn't cause the fight?
It wasn't the airline's
No.
fault.
They're
is
the
it?
victim here. So what happens to this guy? He hasn't been sentenced yet, right?
No, he's sentenced in May, is what I
Okay.
said. So it happened in October. He was apparently arrested in December in South Florida,
Well, he posted a $100,000 surety bond,
right?
and he was required to surrender his passport and gun permit.
Oh, wow.
Wheels of justice move fast in Texas.
Yeah, well, they let the guy leave the state.
We're gonna let you leave. You're gonna come back.
How he not arrested on the spot in Texas? That's cowboy justice at the gate. All right. Again, folks, don't get loaded at the airport.
No.
I mean, that's an issue. I mean, I actually know people that arrive at the airport like hours ahead of time and then camp out at the bar and get lit. I mean, I want to show up at the airport like last moment. Like my last flight was a couple of weekends ago, and I literally got to the gate as like boarding group 2 was going, and I'm boarding group 5. I mean, that's what I want to do. I don't want to hang out at the airport.
No, wait a minute. I did just read an article about this.
What?
People believe if they're going on like a vacation
Right.
or a fun trip, right? Their time for that starts when they arrive at the airport. So they like to get there early because it is like my vacation starts at 2 p.m. on a
I'm
Friday.
not that person. Airports work. To get on the plane is a hassle.
No, but it's a philosophy. Like some people do live. They want to get there, and they're like, we want to enjoy a drink or two before we. And here's the other thing: is that they don't care what time they arrive. Like if their flight is leaving at 7 a.m., they want the bar to be open because it's going to be like 7 p.m. where they're headed. So they don't care, right? They're like, it's.
Do you remember the flight we were on where the couple in front of us kept ordering bottles of like Grey Goose vodka?
Yeah.
And
where
then
was that?
finally the flight attendant had to say, nope. The flight attendant cut them off.
Yep.
And said, nope, we're all out. You cleaned us out.
Yep.
And that was the flight attendant's way of shutting them off.
Yep.
Shutting them down. Yeah, Michelle and I were on a flight somewhere.
I think it was from Vegas.
This was
more
recently.
recent. I remember MJ telling the story.
Yeah, this was in the last like year or so, year and a half. You and I remember the couple was sitting right in front of us.
I haven't been on a plane with you in the last year.
Yes,
and a year and a half.
you stop it. You were on a plane with me just coming back from Colorado in December. All right, 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show. Fester wants to do a field trip with me.
I do.
What is the Fester field trip?
Why are you making me sound so weird about it?
I'm not making you sound weird.
Fester wants to do a field trip with me. This is awesome, man.
Am I invited?
The Fester MJ field trip. Yeah,
You know what?
Oh, Michelle can go along.
You are.
I don't know. Is it food related?
It is.
Oh, boo.
All right, hang on a bit. The Fester MJ field trip. What is it? We'll tell you next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Let me tell you. 7:01 at the Michelle's face. Michelle was going to come in last week, but it was too scary.
Scary for who?
Oh man, Michelle.
I mean, maybe scary for you.
When you left your procedure last
Yeah.
Was it Monday?
Monday.
Last week Monday.
Right,
Michelle had this laser treatment on her face that you do about once every year and a half.
Yeah.
And that's the most invasive one.
This is the most invasive one.
And it looks like you were a beaten wife who was dragged face down from the rear of a bumper down 5 miles of rough road. And then on top of all that, you were drunk and then collapsed face first into a campfire.
Okay, but can I just say, I said to you, I have to have a ride home. And you said, yes, I'll take you. I'll come and get you. And then you said, I'll take you too. And I was like, you'll take me too. And then after you dropped me off, you called me and said, hey, just let me know how much the Uber is. Now, do you think that any Uber pulling up would have wanted me to get in the car with my face in the condition that it was in?
Oh, man.
They would have pulled off. They would have left me there.
So I didn't want Michelle to come in last week because I didn't want someone to take a freeze frame of Michelle on MJTV, and then I didn't want that picture of you to live on the internets forever.
Yeah, but you guys were talking such a big game on Monday.
know.
Like, oh, she knows. She doesn't care. She wants to talk about the procedure.
There are two ways to look at it.
It didn't really bother me as much as I think it bothered him.
All right, so two ways to look at this. I could have had Michelle in with all the aftermath of her profractional laser burning. I could have had you on MJTV, and that could have driven a lot of people to MJTV that maybe have never been on MJTV.
It's kind of a morbid curiosity at that
Right,
point.
right. But that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, people are going to want to see.
Oh, man. So Michelle's finally here, and I said, well, we could also have Michelle come in, and we just would not have turned her camera on.
That sucks.
Or the nip tuck alternative.
Oh, a paper bag over
Put a
your
paper
face.
bag over my face.
Yeah.
You know how you've been making me walk around the house for the last week?
Will you stop. I didn't make you put a
I don't know.
I didn't make you put a paper bag over. So what's the procedure? It's a profractional laser?
Yeah.
And what do they burn off like the upper layer of skin? Is that
Pretty
it?
much. You're pretty much down to baby skin.
So you're going to get the lower half of your face done this week.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You look like a red beard.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Michelle had the nose tip up to the forehead.
Uh-huh.
And later this week, what day is that? Wednesday?
Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday, Michelle gets from the tip of the nose down to her chin and
Right under my chin.
Right under her chin. So then I got to deal with burn face round number 2.
I gotta say, unless you're gonna show me burned pictures, I don't care.
But the bottom line is that it takes 4 or 5 days to recover.
Right.
And you still have some bruising on like the side of your cheeks.
Yeah.
But once it fully heals, I mean, your skin is like baby soft. And people say, why does Michelle look like she's 35 when she's,
about to be what?
You're going to be 55 this year.
Gross.
But you don't look 55.
Gross.
You're 54 and change right now. You don't even. You look like you're in your, I think, early 40s, late 30s.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think Michelle. And because people, when I post pictures of Michelle on my Instagram, and you can go and look at the videos or the pictures. I'm certified MJ Radio. So if you don't follow my Instagram, give me a follow. Check out Michelle. Just, scroll down and find pictures of Michelle. Certified. Oh, and the 2 recent pictures, that's not Michelle. That's Chloe. I've got 2 bead gathering. Gasparilla Pirate Fest pictures of Chloe. Those are the last 2 postings. But scroll down, you'll find Michelle. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. All right, we'll maybe talk about this a little later on.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are curious about, and it's not cheap, right? It's not a cheap procedure.
Well, it's not right. It's not cheap. Yeah.
But it has great results for you.
You can't keep your hands off my face after it's done.
That's the time you don't want them touching you because you're so raw.
No. Like a week, maybe a month after. Yeah.
Oh, but dude, you should have seen Michelle when I picked her up at the dermatology place. You should have seen her. I mean, it looked
appetizing.
It looked like a murder scene. You could have laid down. It was like crime scene photos.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Fester, tell me about this field trip you want us to go on.
Look, it happens every year.
Yep.
And in one way or another, I think I bring it up to you every year, and I'm glad you're finally taking it seriously.
Well, who says I'm taking it seriously?
Well, you're bringing it up at least. You're shedding some light on it, and you're talking about it.
Right.
Let's go to the state fair. It's coming up next month. And they just released all of the new food at the Florida State Fair.
Dude, you're very slurpy sounding.
I'm salivating.
You are, dude.
Fried pickle salad or everything they have there.
The amount of saliva sound in your mouth just now.
Yeah.
It was like you were gargling.
You want him to go to the fair?
I want to go to the fair.
I don't even know if you've ever been to the fair.
I don't think he has been.
Hey, full disclosure, we've talked about this. Breaking news for those that don't know. I have never, ever been to the Florida State Fair. Now, Michelle, you took the kids for years.
That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever go with us?
No.
Did I ever make you go with us?
No.
But here's the thing. The fair opens up on a day.
I didn't want to be on the tilt-a-whirl that was missing a cotter pin and have the freaking car fly
It's
off.
more fun. It's more fun that way.
Yeah. Cotter pin optional.
But we would always go. For some reason, the kids would have the day off. It was like the parent-teacher conference day.
Yeah.
And so we would go to the parent-teacher conference, and then I would take the kids to the fair.
And this was even at...
But that wasn't like public county school fair day.
Because we're
right.
But we still head off.
We're Hillsborough County residents. We live in South Tampa, but my kids went to Shorecrest in St. Pete.
So they had a day off on their calendar, and you went on a non-busy day.
Yes. It was fantastic.
Yeah, so there was it coincided that there was some parent-teacher day, and then it was right during the Hillsborough County State Fair.
Except,
I'm sorry, the Florida State Fair.
One year we let my parents take them, and then Chloe did not get to go.
Oh, she got in trouble.
She got in trouble in a big way.
She was pushing my buttons.
Oh, she was pushing your buttons.
I said,
do you remember?
I said, I can't remember what she was doing, but
you want me to tell you?
I remember I said, you do that one more time, you're not going to the fair.
She was popping the bubbles on bubble wrap, and she kept doing it and doing it. Right, nonstop. We let her do it for a while.
We let her pop the bubble wrap bubbles for like half an hour.
Hey, newsflash to people who get packages and you need to get the wiggles out of your kids. Put down a load of bubble wrap and let them jump around on it for a while. Oh my gosh, totally takes care of it. However,
here's the thing: you can't do that because you do it once, they expect it every time. Then you gotta.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was like just popping and popping. And then you were like, okay, Chloe, that's enough. You were working legitimately.
Yep.
And my parents were getting them ready to go to the fair. And he said, and you gave her like 2 warnings. And then you said, you do it one more time and you're not going to the fair. And that's the problem with you. You always reach for that like really quick, like discipline, restriction thing. And I knew, I was like, oh my God, this kid, she can't control herself. And she literally walked past the trash can where you had put it, and she looked right at you, and she reached in and she went, pop, pop. And you go, that's it. You're not going to the fair.
And I stuck by my guns, and she did not go to the fair.
And she had to watch my parents pull out with
Right.
Julian, and he went and had so much fun, and she went and sat in her room.
Guess what? She learned a lesson, didn't she?
She doesn't pop those anymore.
She learned that her dad's an ass.
She's terrified of bubble wrap. And you're not going to believe this. You are not going to flipping believe this. Andrew just said in my ear.
Yeah.
Andrew, turn your microphone on. Andrew, our producer in the booth. Andrew, what did you just tell me?
Today is National Bubble Wrap Day.
Oh
Get
my
out.
God, really?
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, get out.
All right, Chloe, let's get ready when we get home. It'll be a bubble wrap popping party.
You guys are the lamest people in the
Today
world.
is National Bubble Wrap Day. Are you kidding me? Get out of here. I
So
hate
anyway.
those national days.
But wait, I want to hear about why do you want us to go to the fair?
Because every year they have a whole amazing assortment of food. And let me point this out to you, my friend.
Here's the deal.
Let me point this out to you. Because all the carnies are local, the Florida State Fair is the first of the state fairs in the country. This is what's going to be rocking Iowa and Minnesota a little later this year. I mean,
We
granted,
get the preview.
We really do. This is
Really?
This
So
is it.
Here's what's going on. Fester has the list of all of the new 2025 fair foods where they come up with the ridiculous combinations of like new food combos and listen, some are decent sounding, others are grotesque. Like one of the big fair foods this year.
Right.
Listen to this. Deep fried sardines rolled in honey, powdered sugar, drizzled with chocolate sauce and tangy barbecue sauce.
That's right up your alley.
I mean, seriously, when I think of anything,
And if you want a scoop of ice cream on the side, that's an additional $2.25.
perfect.
Deep fried sardines with chocolate sauce?
Let's go. And pickles?
All right, I just made that one up. Michelle, did you think that was a real item?
It could have
Yes,
been.
It really could have been.
It could have been.
really,
I did.
All right, I completely made that up. Do not go to the state fair.
Oh,
What?
I found something for you.
What?
Noodles eating contest.
Where?
At the state fair?
Well,
Yes.
they're having they have eating contests there.
February 11th at 3 p.m.
We should
On
enter.
the Midway stage, that's you.
Let's enter you.
It says, slurp your way to victory in this pasta-packed race.
Is it
Oh my
ramen?
God, that's you.
Hang on, is it udon? Is it ramen? Is it just
yes.
spaghetti?
No. It looks like little
ramen?
Asian noodles. Uh-huh.
Little Asian noodles. Ramen?
Ramen is
Yeah.
what they're called.
Wow.
Michelle, in this country.
There's a
anyway.
baked potato eating contest. Wait a minute. There's a pizza eating contest.
Oh, but listen, I can't do bad pizza. And trust me, that's not going to be good
it
pizza.
says
What?
devour delicious slices.
Yeah.
okay.
What are they going to say?
All right, yeah.
Devour awful slices? So, there's-
Devour disgusting, nasty, inedible slices of pizza.
MJ, there's obviously several angles to this. I just wanted to go as a spectator with you and sample all the fare. Michelle is bringing up the more competitive aspect of the state fair.
All right, so you want us to go and sample the food at the state fair, shoot a video, and put a Fester and MJ eat the state fair video? You want us to?
Why wouldn't we? It sounds like fun. I mean, you're a connoisseur of fine Italian food. How about the baked ziti on a stick?
Baked ziti on a stick?
Sounds fantastic, right?
Give me the list of items.
They have the baked ziti on a stick. They have
Right.
barbecue stuffed waffle. Which
Barbecue stuff. So what? 2 waffles with barbecue
So
in
it's like-
between?
sounds like a Belgian waffle with a scoop of barbecue product in the middle, and it kind of makes like its own sandwich in the waffle maker.
Kind of like a chicken and waffles with a barbecue twist?
They have a campfire burger that's going
Yeah.
to be brand new with bacon cheese, hot dog on the bun.
Oh, with
the
baked
burger,
beans.
With baked beans. It's everything you have at a campfire feast in one bun. That sandwich looks delicious. The chicken and waffle funnel cake. Yes, please. Chili cheese corn dog. Hello.
That's just a corn dog with chili and cheese on top.
And yet, amazingly, humanity has not discovered this yet. It took a carny out of Gibsonton to create this. Fantastic. They have chocolate dunked Bavarian donuts.
Yeah,
and those
that
look,
seems pretty normal.
those look delicious. Tell me those don't look great.
That's great.
They got a whole bunch of different teas and punches.
Cotton candy iced tea?
Sounds wonderful.
All right.
Crack Mac which is like noodles and street corn and peppers. It's like almost a salad. It's almost a taco salad.
That sounds good.
I thought it was macaroni and cheese sprinkled with
It is.
with actual crack.
No. Sprinkled with street corn.
That would really sell well at the state fair. I'd get in line for that one. But no, it's macaroni and cheese, but it's covered in all kinds of.
Or one of the Carney supplies falls onto the food.
Look at this. This is a brisket burger patty with smoked pork belly and barbecue pulled pork called the Dad Bod Sandwich. Look at that.
Dad Bod Sandwich.
I'll take
That'll-
2, please.
That'll do it for you.
Fried pickle macaroni and cheese. Hello.
Gross.
Let's go. Gourmet chocolate bacon cheesecake on a stick.
Bacon cheesesteak. See, I'm not into the chocolate-covered bacon stuff.
Chocolate.
I don't like mixing. As a general rule, IMJ, I do not like to mix sweet and savory. I like my sweet compartmentalized from the savory.
Okay, just to be.
I'm not even really a sweet and sour, like General Tso's chicken and the sweet and sour chicken stuff.
The finest general of the entire Chinese army?
Yeah, not to mention, like the deep fried General Tso's with that gooey, sticky sauce.
Yes.
I mean, that's like 94,000 calories.
Wasn't General Tsao the guy who defeated Genghis Khan?
There was no freaking General Tso,
No?
I don't think.
I must have my
What's the other one I'm thinking of? You have General Tso's chicken, and then there's another one.
Sergeant Pepper?
No, there's another Chinese dish that has a.
The sweet and sour with the
there's
red glaze?
Nah, there's another like.
Is it chicken and broccoli?
No, it's not. No, stop it.
So listen.
Yeah, that's Michelle's only Chinese food that she eats. There's great Chinese food out there, and all Michelle will eat is chicken and broccoli.
I'll use
That's it.
General Tsao.
With a brown sauce.
All right, hot honey grilled cheese sandwiches. Looks great. Jalapeno popper fries. I mean, these all look fantastic. Jolly Rancher creamsicles.
Right.
Mexican street corn baked potatoes.
Oh, so they take Mexican street corn and they top it on a baked potato. I got you.
Sounds pretty
All
good.
right.
Pierogi sliders. 2 pierogies with like a burger patty in the middle.
What are the Carneys and Gibson did? Just go through their freezer and just smash stuff together and then, hey, this will be a good one.
Okay, it's like they literally go dumpster diving. And whatever they find, we gotta make something.
Smash it together.
Yep, put it on a stick.
We're smashing it. All right, I've heard enough.
Let's go. We don't have to eat all of it.
When is the fair?
I think it's sometime in February.
Oh, here it is. February 6th through the 17th.
We'll go early. Maybe get a media pass, huh? We don't have to wait in line with the unwashed masses. Get right up there.
You can get us some media passes.
Maybe. I mean, I
And
might
then,
know.
Then we got to bring the video crew with us to do the whole Fester and MJ
Oh, come on.
eat the Florida State Fair.
I wanted to have a good time.
All right, 7:17 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, we start an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. So, little follow-up on the insane story out of South Tampa last night. The Dollar General hit and run, then pedestrians mowed over. We have individuals that didn't make it. We had a car chase, a shootout on I-275 North between Armenia and the Ashley exit just before downtown. I mean, insanity overnight, late last night into the overnight hours. 275 is open now, but what a freaking mess it was for hours. So we'll get into that coming up. We have a lot of stuff. I can't even scratch the surface of what's coming up with 1 hour and 20 minutes plus of non-stop MJ next. So don't move here on the MJ Morning Show, Q105. 26 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ with Fester, my lovely wife Michelle, with an appearance today. In fact, Michelle, I think you're going to be here today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Right?
3-day work week. Get
I
outta here.
suppose.
And then she will not be here Thursday and Friday because her face is going to be burnt to a crisp again with her laser treatment. When's the last time you had this? It's been a while. It's been over a year, right?
It has been, because I've been busy the last year.
Right.
Remember, wear gloves, moisturize the hands.
What?
She knows. She knows what I mean. She knows what I mean. Have you? I guess I kind of got reminded of this watching the HBO show Hacks, which I think is great, by the way. Have you guys watched Hacks?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Yeah,
So is it whatever?
we're caught up on Hacks,
Yeah.
right? 2 seasons?
No, I think
Or how
there
many
were 3
seasons?
seasons.
3 seasons.
And then
Yeah.
aren't they? I think they're in the process of filming the next season, but I believe it got interrupted a little bit with the California fires.
No, the strikes.
No, but the fires also,
Right.
I thought I read.
It was delayed, and then the
All
So anyway, but in one of the episodes, Deborah Vance is wearing gloves, and the person's like, "What's that for?" And she's, "Hey, the hands tell the story.
they do.
Keep
They
them-
do.
You can get that face lasered off if you want, but wear gloves, moisturize those hands.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you get like crackly,
Old
like,
lady hands.
old lady crepey, like crepey hands,
Do I?
or what about a crepey chest as well?
Yes.
That's another thing.
Yep.
Is especially women that spend too much time out in the sun.
I was going to say.
With the upper chest exposure,
Yep.
you get that crepey, craggly kind of chest situation as well.
Tells the story.
I switched from wearing like V-neck shirts to now crew neck shirts because I don't want my chest to get any more sun.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we're indoors now, so
Can
feel free.
you flash your chest on MJTV
All
right now?
All right.
Because you don't have a crepey chest going on.
No,
You're amongst friends.
I don't, do I?
All right, 7:28. The MJ Morning Show is on, and of course, we have just launched over an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. I put in a text to Lee Burkaw, TPD Chief of Police, a little while ago, and I'm just seeing if he has any availability because of the police chase, the gunfire on 275 shut down the interstate last night. Just an insane situation. It started at a Dollar General store in South Tampa near Dale Mabry and Interbay. So if you don't know the story, we'll get to that a little later on here on the MJ Morning Show. Unfortunately, unfortunately, this is the NFL on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, God, I don't want a Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl. I at least wanted the Buffalo Bills to shake things up.
Listen, a lot of people did, but
God,
I mean,
man,
you
Chiefs.
got to beat the king, man. You can't beat them.
Oh, God.
They deserve every bit of it.
They're undefeated until they lose.
Chiefs and Eagles. You know what? I'm not even interested. Stop it, please.
So this is an opportunity.
I'm tired of the Chiefs.
Yeah, well, listen, get a rec league together. Start working on some formations and beat them.
I'm tired of the Chiefs.
Nobody can beat them.
Stop, please.
Listen, if they would have just lost the game, which they didn't, they won by 3 points.
But didn't the Eagles beat them earlier this season?
Did they play already this year?
I think so.
But listen, this is a completely different. This is a chance for the Chiefs to make history, being the first team to ever
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Oh,
Right.
jeez. Yeah, they're already talking about three-peat.
Yeah.
So three-peat is actually a registered trademark owned by
The Lakers.
Pat Riley.
Oh, the coach of the Lakers.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, not anymore.
But when it was
Yeah,
Pat,
but
when it was
he
Mark,
was he the Knicks? He might have been was he the Knicks coach when he did?
he
Or
did
was
a
it
three-peat-
Lakers
He did the 3-peat with the Lakers.
with the Lakers? But
Then he went to the Knicks. Then he went to the Heat.
right, anyway, so three-peat. You technically can't use that without Pat Riley. Is he still alive, Pat Riley?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He's like an executive with the Heat.
Okay, all right. So now they're talking about new names if the Chief wins. Now they're talking about a Chief Pete.
How about a cheat Pete?
Yeah, well,
How
hey,
they even
all right,
cheated?
hang on a minute.
Well,
Hang on a minute, dude.
They cheat.
Hang on.
It's not like they.
Hang on. All right, so there's a lot of chatter that the refs cheat for the Chiefs, and they also give Patrick Mahomes a big advantage. There's a search online.
I understand.
I've seen multiple stories. A lot of people believe that the Chiefs get preferential officiating help.
Two things. One, your issues with the refs, not with the Chiefs. Second, people say that because they can't just beat them straight up.
And you know
it
what?
Must be cheating. Ooh,
And the whole Taylor Swift thing makes me dislike the Chiefs even more.
oh, you know what? It makes me actually like them more. You know, it was so good to see her and Travis just running across the field yesterday after the game. True love.
Really?
I love love.
All right,
True
listen,
love.
I don't
Good
want to
for them.
spend I don't want to spend too much time on a game that I'm not looking forward to, but I'm not looking forward to an Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl. So the Eagles beat Washington. That was a blowout. Was it 55-23? That was
Yeah.
ridiculous blowout. But with the Bills and the Chiefs, we had a game. We had a game, 32-29 final. And that was a game, but oh man, I wanted the Bills so badly. Come on. Oh,
Why don't you
Were
become
you-
a member of the Bills Mafia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
were you pulling for him? Let me get
Yeah.
a little cardboard table, put it in your front yard. You can body slam it like the Bills fans do.
and I'll watch every game at Cigar Dave's house.
Oh, I don't even want to hear from him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
he must be sick
Yeah,
today.
I left him alone.
Oh.
Long ashes, MJ.
I had some texting with him early on
Oh yeah.
with a couple of great Bills plays, and then, I left him alone
Oh.
after that. Did you see the beer spot that ran a lot?
The Post Malone,
Yes,
Shane Gillis one?
yes.
Yes.
The Bud Light commercial, and Bud Light's doing everything they can for a comeback after that PR disaster. So, and I think they're doing okay. I think Bud Light is starting to make a comeback.
No,
So-
they're not. They're
No.
not.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah,
No.
the Bush family actually had to cut power off to one of their mansions. I mean, they're really struggling.
They had to ground one of the 5
I
helicopters.
mean, cry me a river for the Bush family.
well,
Oh,
they sold to InBev. So
oh yes, InBev. Hey, tough times.
can I say what I want to say?
They're eating the gristly
I-
cuts of meat now.
I don't think their sales have rebounded to the extent that they.
Oh no, they didn't
Yeah.
rebound, but I think it's better than what it was.
Slightly.
Okay.
because Bud Light got hammered. Listen, I'm not a beer drinker. To me, beer tastes like syrup of Ipecac. It's just, I don't like beer whatsoever. But I want you to listen to this commercial. This ran a lot yesterday. So it's, again, Post Malone and comedian
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis.
Who you don't know much about, do you?
Michelle.
Oh, no.
No, I know very much about it. He was hired to do Saturday Night Live.
Aside from
and
that.
then an old Asian joke that he did was uncovered, and then they fired him before he even started on SNL.
Have you
I
seen
love Shane Gillis.
Yeah, have you seen any of his recent stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah, we have.
We did,
Okay.
yeah.
First of all, he hosted Saturday Night Live, and he was fantastic.
Yes.
No, he did that show that was like on
Netflix? The
yeah,
Tire
Netflix.
Show?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, Michelle, why don't you tell everyone what our experience with Shane Gillis is?
Well, because when he was in that whole embroiled in that controversy with SNL,
We were up in New York.
right? We were there, and somehow I went down a rabbit hole on Twitter.
So
and
he was fired. So
Right.
he didn't even start. He was fired because an old Asian joke popped up on YouTube or
that
something.
he did with the podcast or something.
And they rescinded his cast member status on Saturday Night Live. What is that, about 5 years ago,
Very
probably?
hypocritical.
2017.
Yeah, so it's even more than that.
Yeah.
It's probably
All right.
7 years ago.
But
All right, so listen to this.
but I found online that this other comedian that you love
Yep.
was going to be performing somewhere.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that would be great. Like I used to do this thing, like surprise you with a Wednesday night date night kind of thing.
Yeah, Michelle, up in New York, surprise Wednesday night date night and go like some off Broadway crazy
just
show or
crazy
something.
stuff.
Yeah,
And so I was like, well, that looks interesting. And then I saw that Shane Gillis, that was his first appearance since being fired
Right.
from
That's
SNL.
cool.
And I was like, all right, we're going. And so I told you before, because it says it always, has the caveat like schedule is subject to change or
Right.
lineup is subject to change.
But
and,
listen to this.
And you typically do not like stand up. And so I knew that. And I was like, listen, buddy, I'm taking you to see something. And if we get there and if it doesn't pan out, you can walk out. Tickets are only like $15 or $20 a person. No big deal.
What was the name of the place? You remember what the comedy place
It's
was?
down there next to Union Square somewhere
Yeah.
near the burger place because we went and got I don't remember.
Yeah. All right. So Michelle buys these tickets for this comedy show, and the headliner that night was T.J. Miller.
Yup.
And I love T.J. Miller. He was
Silicon Valley.
he was the
Called it
eccentric.
a bomb threat
Yep.
on a train.
He was Ehrlich in he was in Silicon Valley. I mean, I love T.J. Miller. And then as an added bonus, Shane McGillis.
Just Gillis.
Just Gillis.
I'm sorry, Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger T.J. Miller fan.
I can tell.
So Shane Gillis was like a special add on that night, and it was
Right.
his first appearance after SNL rescinded his cast member status.
That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, so it was a great night. T.J. Miller was there, and Shane McGillis.
No,
It's
McGill.
Gillis.
Just
What
hang
is
on.
wrong with you?
I'm joking now.
Oh, my gosh.
Shane McGillis worthy. He
It's a
but
joke.
speaking of comedians, you see who's coming here.
A joke would be funny, right?
who's coming here?
I sent it to you. I want to go.
just
C.K. Lewis.
Oh, C.K. Lewis.
Is that his name?
Louis C.K.?
Yeah, Louis C.K.
You guys
Oh,
really aren't
yeah.
great with comic names. You guys really don't know your comedians.
I don't.
I mean, you know of
I've
them.
only because you know why? Because as soon as I got into him, he got canceled,
You know what?
Yeah.
You know,
and then he's been off the radar
Yeah.
forever.
if
and
you get
then-
a backstage pass, you might,
And
zip.
and remember, I used to run into him all the time.
Oh yeah.
Walking when I was working for iHeart in New York, and the studios were on Avenue of the Americas, just below Canal. And at that point, we were living on 15th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. We had an
Yeah.
apartment there, and I would walk from Canal home from work every single night after I did my syndicated afternoon show, and it's like 3 days a week I'd run into Louis C.K. on the street, usually around 6th Avenue and 12th or 13th Street. I would just, and we'd make eye contact, and it'd be like, you again? Yep, me again. Yep, me again. So I would see, and that was during his cancellation period.
Yeah.
That was after the whole Me Too stuff, and he was totally canceled. Anyway, let me get back to the damn beer commercial.
So the beer
Yeah,
commercial.
Yeah. The beer commercial.
Post Malone
With
and-
who? Wait. Who's in the beer commercial, MJ?
Post Malone and Shane Gilliston. All right, and Shane Gillis. All right. So the Bud Light commercial, but I just wanted to dispel something. I just wanted to point something out. All right, listen to the commercial, and they talk about how they can't drink beer on a commercial.
Yes.
Listen.
Hey,
You know you're not actually allowed to drink in a beer commercial?
Since when?
You gotta wait till it's done. Oh,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
And then it cuts off. 3, 2, 1. And then obviously the deal is that you're supposed to expect that they drink the beer after the commercial shuts off. All right. There is no federal regulation about drinking beer on TV. It's an industry thing. It's the alcohol industry and the TV networks. They got together years ago and came up with a standards and practices deal. So it's not a law. It is something that the alcohol industry and the networks decided to do.
Hey, you know you're not actually allowed to drink in a beer commercial?
Since when?
You gotta wait till it's done. Oh,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
That's funny.
do you hear what song is playing in the background?
Yeah, man. Huey Lewis.
Yeah. So in the background, what are they? I don't even see it's like they have a little radio playing in the garage or something, but I don't even see
it. A little
I don't see the damn radio, but that's just weird. In the background, they got the Power of Love playing in the background on the commercial. Here, listen, I'll crank it up again. Here, listen.
Hey, you know you're not actually allowed to drink in a beer commercial?
Since when?
You gotta wait till it's done.
Anyway, that's just
Is this a radio like in the middle of them set back in the garage?
no, that's a toolbox.
Okay, I'm looking. I can't make it
What are
out.
you toolbox? It's a toolbox.
It was a cooler up
Whatever.
close.
Anyway, I just wanted to point out that there's no federal law that prohibits drinking beer in TV ads. And the industry and the networks can say, yep, you know what? All right, first of all, what the hell? What's wrong with drinking beer? Oh, it stems from that they wanted to curb underage drinking. So wait a minute. So they're holding cans of Bud Light about to put into their mouths, and that's okay, but taking a sip is not. So holding the cans will not encourage underage drinking, but taking the sip will. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That makes no sense at all. That's idiotic is what it is.
Well, still good commercial.
Anyway, I thought the commercial was funny.
That's a tease to their Super Bowl commercial.
I don't like Post Malone's tattooed face, though.
He doesn't like your untattooed face. So.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's that smooth-skinned radio DJ with the poofy hair? I
Thank you.
hate that guy.
Right.
Hey, I stumbled across an interesting, obscure article from AmericanSongwriter.com.
What the hell are you doing on that site?
I don't know. I somehow stumbled across an article entitled 3 Songs from 1985 That Haven't Aged. I'm like, you know what? 80s music's the best. I mean, 80s music will never be topped. You look at the diversity, you look at what came out of the 80s. I'm sorry. There is no decade better for music than the 1980s.
Well, it was so innovative.
It was.
And also like a transition from rock to punk rock to
out of disco as
Yeah,
well. So
ex-
out
I
of
mean,
the disco, yeah. So
right.
the 1980s, hands down, the absolute best decade for music in the history of mankind. And of course, Q105, 104.7 FM, we're primarily, an 80s station. And the story that I saw, I'm like, let me see what this is. 3 songs from 1985 that haven't aged. And they choose 3 songs that are just snapshot, ageless wonders from 1985. So what 3 songs are there? I like this kind of stuff. And
what was one of them? The Power of Love that we just played.
it was not.
Oh.
Nope.
I think that's about 85, right?
Power of Love. This was, 1985. Yeah.
It was number 15.
Yeah, 1985. I love the horns in this song. Horns, I believe, in the session provided by the Tower of Power. Awesome.
Power of love is a curious thing.
The dun-dun. It's just great. All right, but Power of Love's not on the list. So song number 1.
Like a Virgin.
Please stop.
Yeah, 85 was Madonna's year.
That was 85, yeah, as well. No, it's not. The first song, Ageless. 1985. Song number 1 is Flowing Under Once in a Lifetime.
Right.
And you ask yourself, how did I get here? Oh,
That one.
Look at Michelle. Hey, put Michelle on MJTV. And this is not my beautiful wife. Well, it is.
Didn't Talking Heads have like the burning down the house?
Oh, yeah. Talking Heads, fantastic. And she was considered one of the best ageless songs from 1985. All right, next. Number 2 on the list. I believe the story was the song was much, much longer, and the record company said you can't put out an 8 or 9 minute song. So that's where the lyric comes from. So sad they had to fade it. All right, that's the number 2 perfect song, hasn't aged, from 1985.
Agreed.
Number 3. Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, coming in at number 3, ageless songs from 1985. This is another perfect song. I love this song. These. Yes, Fez. Why are you gasping?
Can I guess?
Yeah, I have guesses too.
Freeway of Love, Aretha Franklin.
Vroom. Wasn't that the song that first brought us the vroom? And then Whitney Houston had the vroom sound effect. You know what I'm talking about?
That does sound like a Freeway song would bring the vroom.
No,
wait.
No,
I got one.
It's not Freeway of Love. Yes.
Is it Jungle Love by The Time? Because I love that song. Yeah.
No, it's not Jungle Love by The Time.
It's not Take On Me by Aha.
No, it's not Take On Me.
Oh.
Is it REO Speedwagon?
No, it's not. Which one?
I Can't Fight This Feeling?
No, it's a
great song.
It's a great song.
What are you saying?
I love
What are
REO
you saying,
Speedwagon.
A sappy song. I don't
fight this feeling.
Listen, I like REO Speedwagon, but
Do you?
I Can't Fight This Feeling is like it's like REO's Air Supply song.
Not the best, it's not their best.
No,
song.
it's not. All right, you ready for
Go ahead.
the
Tell
third
us.
and final song?
Hit us.
Ageless from 1985.
Sugar Walls. Sheena Easton.
Sugar. Where are you coming up with this? Are you reading a list?
Yeah, her and I both pulled up Billboard's year-end Hot 100 singles of 1985 off of Wikipedia.
All right. You're going to say, of course this is on the list.
Don't you forget about me.
No.
Yes! Don't you. Yes!
Forget about me.
Absolutely.
This song is the 80s. This is definitely a timed piece. This does not.
They're ageless. All 3 of those songs, I fully agree, are ageless songs from 1985 and fantastic records.
All right.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's from what? Breakfast Club?
All right, so you're on the. Let me grab the scroller here. All right, so Billboard's year-end Hot 100 singles of 1985. Number 1 was "Careless Whisper" by Wham! You got to do the exclamation point on that. "Like a Virgin" was number 2. "Wake Me Up Before You Go" number 3. "I Want to Know What Love Is," Foreigner. Number 4. "I Feel For You," Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. Number 5. "Out of Touch." Oh, Daryl Hall, John Holtz. "Out of Touch." They want to kill each other these days.
They hate each other's guts right now.
They hate each other like poison. Number 7, "Everybody Wants to Rule the World." Number 8 was "Money for Nothing," Chicks for Free. "I Want My MTV."
That
Dire
actually won
Straits.
Video of the Year that year.
"Crazy for You." Madonna. Remember that one? That was from that movie Vision Quest.
The high school wrestling movie.
Vision Quest, "I'm Crazy for You." "Take on Me" is number 10. "Every Time You Go Away," Paul Young. "Every Time You Go." "Easy Lover," Phil Collins and Phil Bailey. "Can't Fight This Feeling," REO is number 13. "We Built This City." We Built This City. Number 14. "Power Love" was number 15. "Don't You Forget About Me," Simple Minds, 16. "Cherish." Remember Cherish? Cherish. Cool and the Gang?
Yes.
Yeah,
A lot of good songs from.
I don't think we play. Festus, stop scrolling.
Well, hold on, scroll, yeah,
Let me scroll.
You're up to 17, 18.
Don't touch it. I'm scrolling. All right. Number 18, "St. Elmo's Fire," Man in Motion, John Parr. "The Heat Is On," Glenn Fry. "We Are the World," USA for Africa.
Okay, you can read the whole 100?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But you know what? I do want to see what number 100. "Sugar Walls" is number 100.
Yeah.
Sheena Easton, "Sugar Walls," number 100. "Sentimental Street" by Night Ranger. That's a good song. Was number 99. "Dress You Up in My Love," Madonna, number 98. "All She Wants to Do Is Dance," Don Henley, 97. Man,
But wait, don't you remember?
That was a killer year for songs, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good stuff on here.
Back to your number 3. Don't
Yeah.
you forget about me.
Yep.
There were several other artists that were, it was offered to perform. And who was one of them that we were like, yeah,
was
that's
it- was it-
so right.
Was it Billy Idol?
Yes.
Yeah, Billy Idol was offered.
He was the third one it was offered to.
Yeah.
Don't you forget about me.
So Billy Idol turned down recording this song.
Yep.
Who else turned it down?
Brian Ferry.
Okay.
You don't know who that
yes,
is.
I know who Brian Ferry
don't.
is. Yes, I do. Don't tell me.
Tell me a Brian Ferry song.
I don't know.
What band was he in?
I forgot.
Okay, yeah.
But I know who Brian Ferry is.
Corey Hart.
Corey Hart.
Yeah.
Sunglasses at night
Because
guy.
he had just had that, hit, right?
I wear my sunglasses at
Right.
night, right?
In hindsight, Corey Hart should have sang it because everybody's forgotten about him.
Exactly. Mistake.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still alive. I think Corey Hart.
Well, let's look him
I
up.
think he's passed.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I think Corey Hart is not with us anymore.
He is.
We have
Corey
this
Hart
invention
died.
called the internet.
He's
that can
older
answer
than
it.
you.
Is he alive?
Yes.
He is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's alive.
That's Carrie Hart.
He's
Oh,
62.
no, dude, it's Corey Hart, not
I
Carrie
hit
Hart.
the-
I don't even know who Carrie
I
Hart
don't know.
is.
It's a person.
He's 63?
Uh-huh.
All right, so Corey Hart's still alive. Why do I think Corey Hart had passed away?
Because it's a 50-50 gamble at this point with all these 80s rockers. They're dead. They're not. Okay.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Corey. Sorry to pass you on. Hey, I got a little dilemma. Got a birthday card from my mom.
All right. Okay.
Got a birthday card from my mom.
But you put $5 in it?
She does like to send cards.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful.
All right, so I get a card from my mom. I'm holding this up to MJT. My birthday was Friday.
Was it?
And I got
I was unaware.
I got the mail over the weekend from the P.O. box. And I don't have a mailbox at my house.
I think sending cards, like traditional cards, is like a generational thing. My mother-in-law sends cards.
So
I have an aunt who's older who sends cards, but I never think of sending cards.
Did you get a card?
We get my kids get cards for everything.
But do you?
Yeah, I get
All right,
cards.
let me share the card. Let me share my
Yeah.
dilemma. Son, a little bit like your father, a little bit like your mother, but thankfully more like yourself than one of us or the other.
Is that what's printed in the card?
That's the front cover.
Okay,
Then-
all right.
Then you're really excellent. You are. God, I hate
Do you
when
need
they-
your glasses?
No, it's like this awful like.
Is English your first language?
No, it's
It's gold foil script,
no,
isn't it?
it's awful like print. And you're a really excellent human in so many ways. You show it. You make our world a little better place. And son, we hope you know it. Happy birthday. All our love, Mom and Dad. All right, here's the problem with this $4.
Outside of that first line where you're a really excellent human,
Yeah, whatever.
who writes that
I
stuff?
don't know.
It's a card.
But this
That's
is
not what your mother penned original
It's
words.
not Hallmark, is it?
It
Yeah,
is.
it is a
Oh
Hallmark.
my gosh.
It's a Hallmark. It's a $4.99 card.
I could write something better
All
than
right,
that.
here's the problem. Here's my dilemma.
Your mother secretly hates you.
No check this year.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
No check this year. Last year I got a check. Last year they gave me a check for. I got a little money.
What check did she stroke to her 60-year-old son?
I think.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm 59 as
Okay,
of Friday.
round it up.
So last year when I turned 58, Mom tossed in a $500 check. This year, bubkus. Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. All right, so
and you took your parents' money?
yeah, cash that damn thing quickly. I did mobile deposit. For deposit only at. All right, so this year, nothing. Zero. So I open the thing up.
You know what?
I mean,
Do you think she forgot to? I mean,
No.
my mom is knocking on 80 right now. Maybe she forgot to put the. Do I
No.
call my mom and say, "Hey, Mom, I got your card. Did you forget to put the check in?"
I have a story for you.
What?
Your mother shared this with me.
What?
Her mother, which is your grandmother,
Yeah.
Grandma Minky,
Right.
sent one of your cousins a birthday check
Right.
one year.
Yep.
And she never got a thank you.
Right.
And so then the following year, when she sent the card, guess what she did?
No check.
No, she sent the check.
Oh, didn't sign it.
Didn't sign it.
That's right.
And then,
Oh, listen to this
and then
trick.
cousin so-and-so called her
Yeah.
and said, Grandma, blah, 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 thank you so much for the check, but you forgot to sign it. And she goes, Oh, no, I didn't. You forgot to send me a thank you last year.
Isn't that
So
a-
I'm thinking maybe you did not properly thank last year.
I did.
And therefore,
Okay, let me
cut
hear.
out.
I was snubbed this year.
Yeah.
Hold
Yep.
on. So there are levels of thanks for gifts. I want to hear the MJ level of gratitude that you gave your mother, who wrote you, of all people, a $500 check for your 58th birthday. How does that call go? Hey, thanks, Ma.
I called them up and thanked them for the very
Yeah,
generous
yeah.
check last year. Thank you for the card. Thank you for the gift. And this year, I get bubkus.
Maybe
I
she thought.
I got dick.
Maybe Mom thought you thanked her for like a $50 check level. You wouldn't show
Ah.
the gratitude of $500 check.
All right.
I mean, if somebody writes a $500 check for
Right.
some pretty lame birthday, it's oh my gosh, thank you so much.
What do I do? Do I call up? Hey, thanks for the card.
You know what?
Did you forget something?
I don't know.
Did it fall out? Is it on your writing desk?
Is it on your writing desk?
She does have a writing
She
desk.
I
does.
know, but
She's 80. She has a writing desk. Okay.
call Mom up.
She's sleeping right now.
Call Mom.
Oh, she's sleeping.
Is she awake during the end of the show?
God.
No.
She gets up at the crack of 1.
Yeah.
Seriously, she's watching like TV until 4:30 in the morning. Man, I was just there a couple of weekends ago, and I got up to go to the bathroom at like 4:10, and Mom's up just watching TV. I'm like, what do you do? Go to freaking sleep. You know, not to mention how many times I've gone over to see my dad, and that's deserving of a birthday check, isn't it?
No.
She could have got you a gift card to Spirit Airlines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Use that.
I'm back and forth all the time on Spirit. Anyway, so that's my little dilemma. Gasparilla, I think, was very successful. I was not there, but we were represented. Michelle and I were represented by Chloe, dressed up in some skimpy
Is it
pirate,
No, it's a swashbuckler.
or whatever she was dressed as. Anyway,
I mean, swashbuckler wench. I mean, it's
Oh my God.
it was a wench. It was a wench outfit.
It was wenchy.
Yeah, it was a little too short for me. And then she had like this.
It covered her booty.
But then what about?
And it wasn't tight.
What was the thing that she had? She had like a leather kind of corset
Yeah, I guess it's like a corset.
was
Yeah.
that she wore on the outside, like a black leather corset on the outside.
She and every other girl down there who wants to represent properly.
I know. So
I mean, honestly.
I dropped Chloe off at a friend's apartment in Hyde Park as they were pre-gaming before the parade.
Yeah.
And driving from West Shore and Kennedy area through Hyde Park and seeing every single 20 and 30-something woman dressed exactly the same.
Hey.
Tell you what, man.
Nothing makes you feel better than
What'd you go to the
Wait.
pirate slut store at the mall?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Nothing makes you feel better on that Gasparilla Saturday than watching your daughter walk out with a box of what was it? Some kind of tequila,
Oh,
something pre-mixed stuff. And you weren't even carrying them for her. She literally has like the whole case in her hands and she's like, Dad, you could at least help me. And he's like, I'm not helping you with that.
She went to Lucan's and bought like what cans of something or other.
Cans of some tequila mixed, pre-mixed.
Yeah, in a can.
Yeah, but it was a good time. It was a lot of people. It felt like the crowd was different than most years.
Well, I'm going to get to that in a second. So it's just tough that, you know, I still see Chloe as like
What?
8 or 9 years old. And sometimes we brought her on the old float that we had at the other radio station.
Uh-huh.
And Chloe would like throw beads. And, you know, and now she's 23 years old, dressed like a pirate wench.
We did try to make her wear.
Carrying a box full of,
Yes.
of mixed drinks.
We did try to make her wear those swim goggles again because we were worried about her eyes.
oh no, she was
But she was like, no.
not wearing those goggles.
There are 2 pictures of Chloe. She took selfies at the parade. So on my Instagram, there are 2 pictures of Chloe. On my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, if you want to see Chloe in her outfit. And man, she got a lot of beads. She really scored well on the bead front.
That's a good haul.
Look at this. Look at the second picture. So if you go to Certified MJ Radio, you can see my daughter Chloe from 8 years old to 23 now. And look at the bead haul. It looks like she's going to have back problems with all the beads that she was wearing. So 2 pictures of Chloe at Gasparilla on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio, if you want to see it. Give me a follow if you don't follow. And
But
then,
wait,
quick, yes.
The funny thing was how she was taunting you for the entire time that she was down there. Look how many beads I got, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Guess how I got it? Oh, I flashed Fester and he threw me some beads.
She
oh,
did
I
not.
flashed. And she kept
She
kept
did not.
using, those naughty words. And she's like, I showed my.
No, she didn't. She was joking around.
She was.
She was just poking at me the whole damn time.
was.
Just poke.
You were like, you better not be.
So I will tell you
Of
this.
course she would not do that.
So I saw Chloe in the parade. I'm on one of the floats. I'm practically the size of a float.
So Fester's his own float at the parade.
And,
so, Fester, you're a Rough Rider.
Yes.
All right. How many floats does the Rough Riders have in the parade? They have multiple floats.
I think we have 6 floats.
Holy, and
it's
which
a train
were you on the last float possible?
No, I'm in the middle float.
You're in the middle float.
Yeah, I was at the end of the middle float.
Do you have to be like higher up in the organization to be on the lead float, like the big fort float?
No, it's the president of the club rides, I think, in the front float.
Right.
I think the founder rides up in the front in a Jeep. And then there's, gosh, between the Jeeps and the floats, we have
Were you too heavy for the float? I mean,
No,
is there a
it's-
weight capacity on the float?
Oh, there's a lot of very fat men in the Rough Riders, and it's a very well-built float.
Right.
So I was in a very secure area,
Right.
and I'm riding in the back of we call
You saw Chloe. How did you see Chloe out of all the people on the parade route? Chloe has a picture of you. You're making eye contact.
Yeah.
And you actually saw
Yes,
Chloe.
we waved. She gave me the half heart emoji because she couldn't lift her other hand up because it had a cup in it.
I'm sure that was just Zephyr Hills water.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw Chloe and I'm there tossing beads and honking on my big old nasty cigar.
Right.
And I hear Fester!
And then you saw Chloe.
So I look up and there's Chloe waving with her one free hand because the other hand had a
And then you threw her beads.
And I tried to chuck something to her and she jumped. I don't know if I made it to her, but she did make the pantomime motion of lifting a top.
No, she didn't.
I swear. And
No,
MJ,
she didn't. She would never do that.
I took my karate chop hand
Right.
and put it to the side of my face and literally turned my whole body away.
First of all, she would never ever do it.
He said pantomime motion.
Yeah, I know, but I want to clarify that.
She gave me one of these.
So Fester, you actually saw Chloe. You made eye contact.
She pulled out her
Right.
phone. I think she snapped a picture of
She
me.
did. She
I
took
think
a-
I was causing a wheelie on the float because of all the weight I caused in the
She
back.
did take a picture. But here's the other funny thing. Chloe texts me and said, Sheriff Chad Chronister just looked at me and threw me beads.
He saw me.
Right. She said, he saw me. And listen, Chloe knows the sheriff. Chloe works at the state attorney's office. We were all at Susie Lopez's swearing-in ceremony a couple of weeks back. Saw the sheriff there again. I've known the sheriff for years. And I said, Chloe, the sheriff did not recognize you. You were one of tens of thousands of young
and
women
thousands.
dressed exactly the same with a red Solo cup in your head, and the sheriff did not. So I texted Chad Chronister. I texted him yesterday and said, "Hey, Chloe says that you saw her and deliberately got her beads," and I said, "LOL," and he responded back, "Yeah, LOL." So anyway, and then quick, one last thing on the parade. I think the crowd size was down. Now I wasn't there. I've been to 20 of these things, and I'm happy to call it a day as far as my time at Gasparilla because I did plenty of them, a couple of decades worth. So with the aerial shots that I saw from the news outlets, and Channel 8 has the parade live. It looks like to me it looked like the crowd was less this year. It looked like it was not as heavy of a turnout. I don't know if that's because of the 36-degree temperatures early in the morning. Of course, it warmed up nicely to like 63 or 64. It was really a beautiful sunny day for a parade at 63, 64 degrees. That was perfect. But I wonder if the early cold and the cold from all the previous days during the week, I wonder if that kind of scared some of the crowd away. But I'm telling you right now, with my crowd size expertise, from what I saw, I don't think that the Gasparilla was anywhere near as heavily attended. Remember the Super Bowl year? where it was like over 1 million people at the parade.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that was the year the Ravens Giants were here in
Yeah,
Tampa.
what year was that? 20.
Was it 2000, 2001, 99?
I just remember that we had some year where it was just insane, the crowd size. But this Gasparilla on Saturday, I think it was one of the lower turnouts as far as crowd size. Because along the Bayshore, on an aerial shot, you would see the crowds, 10, 20 feet back from the bicycle fence line. And I would see just 1 and 2 people.
You know what, MJ? It was crazy. There was some places that were really, really packed, and it went back, 40 feet full of people. Then other places, it was only a couple of people. There were a lot of corporate tents. It seemed like the parade route was chopped up a lot more than I ever remember it being.
Okay.
And if you're a sponsor, you got a big area, without the mob of people. But man, Saturday was a great day to be in the portable fencing business. That's all I gotta say.
Would you like to know the arrest count?
Bad boys,
What you gonna do?
what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys.
Would you like to know the arrest totals? Now, last year, if I'm not mistaken, I thought law enforcement said last year, the 2024 Gasparilla Parade, there were no arrests. It was like a very well-behaved year. This year, it got jacked up a little bit. So here's where we are. This is the arrest count as of early this morning. There were 15 total arrests at Gasparilla. There were 9 misdemeanor arrests, 3 felony arrests, and then you had 3 BUIs.
Oh no!
You know what a BUI is, right? Come on, guys.
Of course I know what a BUI is.
Michelle, what's a BUI?
Boating under the influence.
Yes, correct.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
Yep. Boating under the influence. So 15 total arrests. Last year, I thought I saw 0. How were there no BUIs last year?
nope. Last year was a dry year for the Pirates.
How dumb do you have to be to captain a boat
You know what?
in downtown and you're all loaded up on beer, liquor, whatever? How
Okay.
dumb do you have to be to do
They
that?
probably weren't fall down, pass out drunk, but you have one, then you have another, then you have a third, and you're still functioning, but you're legally drunk, and you're the guy they board. They're gonna get you.
All right, so there we go. Gasparilla recap of 2025 Gasparilla Parade. All right, 8:08 at the MJ Morning Show. It is 104.7 FM. This is Q105. Thank you very, very much for listening. I want to discuss in a few minutes a fundraiser for the ATF agent that was shot at that bowling alley incident just after Christmas. A bunch of his fellow agents with ATF are launching a fundraiser. I'll get to that in just a few minutes. So hang out, folks, because whatever we can do to help this agent would be greatly appreciated. And it's really just a terrible, terrible story what happened. Let's see if the chief has responded. Yeah, the chief must be jammed. The insane incident that happened in South Tampa last night and then ended up with I-275 being closed. Get to that in about 2 or 3 minutes. What a crazy, crazy story. I got to lightning round a few things here, including something that drives me nuts. And I see it. Ask Michelle. This has happened recently. What drives me nuts at a restaurant?
People talking to you.
Nope. No, not at
No.
all. I love interacting with people. What drives me absolutely nuts at a restaurant? And it just happened to us recently.
What doesn't drive you nuts
All
at a
right, come on,
restaurant?
come on.
I can think of a
come on.
billion things.
I don't know. There's a lot of things.
The
that-
glasses.
oh, when they touch the... that drives me nuts, too.
Oh,
That's why I
my-
don't like to drink out of it. That's why I use a straw.
Oh, my. Well, that's where I'm headed.
Yeah.
Because last night I stumbled across, I'm scrolling through my Instagram and a reel comes up.
Yeah.
And a server, Naya, at a restaurant tells everyone that don't drink water out of the glasses at the restaurant
Yeah.
by putting your lips directly on the rim.
Yep.
And that's what she says. So the server warns, don't drink directly from the cup or glass at the
Nope.
restaurant. Always use a straw.
Yep.
And the deal is, it's the touching of the rim, and I
Yeah.
see it all the time. Come on, hold the glass at the bottom or the middle. don't pick up the glass
Right.
to fill it or bring you drinks. Do not touch the rim of the glass, and it drives me freaking nuts.
Yeah, I've just never been a drink out of a glass person.
Oh, and I've seen it
No.
multiple times recently. If you're a server, don't touch the rim of the glass.
Unless I'm at your table, and then you could like hold the glass with your fingers, like 3 glasses at one time,
What?
and put your finger in the glass.
No.
And then shake it out.
Dip your fingers in.
Yeah.
Dip your fingers in the actual liquid
Yes.
as you
All
hold
right.
3
It's fine.
glasses.
Listen.
Y'all are grossing me
Oh,
out.
that's nasty. No, but seriously.
Yes.
And then it's what you see that's gross.
Right.
But what don't you see? And that's what the server says, that even behind the scenes, the way the glasses are handled, and who knows where the hands and the fingers have been and what they just touched or scratched or, just grossing me out over
See,
here.
I was always under the impression, somebody told me, or maybe I saw it somewhere, never get the lemon.
Well, dude, we've talked about that a million
That too.
times on this show.
Then that's where I heard it.
That a lot of times the servers are the ones that cut up the lemons and the limes
Right.
with dirty hands,
Yeah.
and that the lemons and limes are not always the cleanest thing in a restaurant.
Which is why I'm always surprised that you request
Well, but,
lemons and
but
limes,
I-
and they bring you a plate of
right.
them, and I'm watching you, and I'm like, dude,
But I don't, listen to me, I don't drop the lemons and limes in. I squeeze the
But you-
juice into the water.
what makes you think that they haven't touched all of the part that the citrus that they just gave you?
All right, so I'll tell you what, I'll bring my own lemons and limes to restaurants from now on.
I think your mom
I'll-
used to do that.
I'll put them in your purse.
What if you get a little bowl of lemons and you take the first one and just squeeze them over the other ones? Wouldn't that disinfect it?
You know what? You know what? I'm going to bring Lysol wipes. I'm going to wipe down the lemons and limes with Lysol wipes.
And if it was lemon flavored Lysol wipes,
Or what are the hospital quality wipes that you buy, Michelle?
PDI?
Oh, the PDI wipes? Oh, look, she has them.
here today.
Yeah, look at this. Hold it up to MJTV. Hold on. Did you wipe down the counter space in front of you?
Yeah.
Did you wipe down the microphone you're speaking in right now?
I did.
She
Hold it up again. Andrew, grab a shot of this, would
she
you please?
killed all the staphylococcus all over her countertop.
So
over
these
here.
are the PDI Sani wipes.
Yeah.
If you ever see like hospitals on TV, even like the hospital TV shows, and you see those white canisters with the purple top,
Yeah.
that's PDI. They're the hospital, and they make a little portable safe for the hands
Right.
wipe too. So, but yeah, don't drink water directly. But that would go for anything. It's like the Cokes or the Pepsis
Yeah.
or
Yeah, what's
whatever.
the difference?
It's drinking directly from the glass.
Also, you know what you shouldn't do? You shouldn't use the utensils to eat because, we,
Oh.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean-
sure those have been shoved up butts as well.
You don't, if you want to talk about things up butts, don't eat anything out of a bowl.
I just need to bring my own silverware,
Right.
my
Your
own
own
glassware.
cutlery,
Yeah,
your own,
yeah.
your own dinnerware.
Gotta bring everything to a restaurant. All right, but server says something I've known for a long time is that the servers, the bar staff, the people touch in restaurants, they touch the rims of the glasses, and then you put your mouth on the rim. And I just recently, they're bringing stuff to the table and they're touching they're picking it up with like their all 5 fingers or 4 fingers and a thumb, and the palm touching the top and dropping it down. It's like, don't hold the glass that way. Stop it. Just a little heads up. Use a straw and bring your own glass and water
Bring your own everything. Sounds
Why
like.
don't you just bring your own food?
to the restaurant. All right. This situation in South Tampa, holy crap. Let me see if the chief has texted me.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah,
today.
Today, I might not get him this morning. I know he
Yeah.
was doing pressers late last night. Listen, he might be sleeping, which, well, I doubt he's sleep. But listen, it was a busy night for TPD last night. So what the heck happened? Let me run through this quickly. Lee Burkhaw, TPD chief of police, last night did a presser, and he said that the incident happened about 8:30 last night. There was some type of a problem between 2 people at the Dollar General on Southdale Mabry off of Interbay. The chief says that a 47-year-old suspect tried to block another person's vehicle who has been declared the victim, and then followed the victim out of the Dollar General parking lot to a friend's home, not far away off of South McDill, and he hit the victim with his car and then sped off. So an issue with some type of blocking deal in the Dollar General parking lot in South Tampa, and then follows the victim home after letting him leave, and then runs him over with the car, hit him. So the first victim had minor injuries, was treated by officials at the scene, but then the suspect, after running over or hitting the first guy with the car, then ran over another pedestrian on MacDill, not far from Inner Bay. That individual had head injuries. Last I saw was in critical but stable condition at Tampa General. But then the suspect hits another person, a third pedestrian.
That's crazy.
That was on Interbay 5800 block, and that person was killed. Then at about 10:15, there was a fourth hit and run.
So this is like hours long. It started at 8:30.
So then at 10:15 or so at West Shore and Lemon. Lemon is just north of 275. It's just up from the Waffle House, right at 275 in West Shore. Lemon is the weird street that if you come off of the West Shore exit, 275 southbound, you can go right toward International Plaza. You can go left toward West Shore Plaza and Kennedy Boulevard. Or there's a little street you can go straight. It's a one-way only. That's Lemon. So there was another reported hit and run there. That individual was alert, conscious at the scene, according to TPD. And then at that point, officers were able to pursue the suspect in his vehicle on I-275.
He must have made a U-turn on West Shore to get back on
to 275 north,
northbound.
Right next to the Waffle House. So he gets on 275 north and heads toward downtown. So on 275, TPD, they execute the pit maneuver, which is where they tap the rear bumper to spin the vehicle out. And they did. They executed the pit maneuver right near the Howard Armenia area where those exits are. And the suspect would not come out of the vehicle. Then the suspect inside the car tried to reach for something, and that's when TPD opened fire, because at that point you have to assume that he's reaching for a gun, and it's officer safety. Protocol dictates that this should be a 100% acceptable shooting, and the suspect died in the car at the scene on 275 in between Howard Armenia and the Ashley exit downtown. So in that zone. The interstate was closed off all last night.
So this guy died on the interstate.
On the interstate, in the car. TPD opened fire on him. Now, some officers were also injured. 3 officers were injured, according to Chief Burkaw. All those officers should recover just fine.
Good.
But then we had northbound 275, which was blocked for hours late last night into the early morning hours. I don't think they opened it back up until around 5 a.m.-ish. And then they opened up the right 2 lanes. And then finally, I think a little after 6, they finally opened all 4 lanes. But what a mess. What's the story on this guy? What the hell was his motive? What happened at Dollar General on South MacDill, not far from MacDill Air Force Base? What happened at the Dollar General for him to block a guy, then follow him home, and then run him over, and then hit 3 other people, killing 1? And then it ends up with this guy being taken out? What happened?
That's a crazy night. Didn't we talk about earlier him having an extensive criminal history? This is not a good person.
Yeah, so that's what we know. We know that he has an extensive, long criminal history, but I'm just trying to figure out what's the story here.
What happened?
That's all we want to know.
I'm sure more is going to come out. But according to TPD last night, the suspect had an extensive, violent criminal history, and the guy was sprung from prison 2 years ago. And something caused this guy to snap. But hopefully the 3 TPD officers will recover. And I'm just waiting for more details on this loony story on what the hell happened here. What a crazy story.
I've been to that Dollar General probably 6 or 7 times and never had any problems. Probably one of the finest Dollar Generals in Tampa. Right next to the base, right there where Interbay kind of, that little weird area where entrance of the base.
Yeah. So why don't you do a whole post, a whole report on Fester's favorite Dollar General stores?
Rank 'em.
Okay, I'll tell you right now.
Rank 'em.
Number 1, the one on Del Mabry at Interbay. My favorite of all the Dollar Generals.
Hold on, I thought you said the Sefner location was
in
your
Tampa,
favorite.
in City of Tampa.
Oh, okay.
City of Tampa.
All right.
Okay, I don't think there's another
What
Dollar.
about the greater Tampa Bay area?
Oh, I mean, then we're really opening it up. I mean,
But wait a minute. I thought that you like Dollar Tree more than Dollar General.
I do. Dollar Tree is my favorite store of all time. Coincidentally, my favorite Dollar Tree in Tampa is also in South Tampa, the one in Britton Plaza. My favorite one in the Tampa Bay area is in Pinellas Park at 66th Street and Park Boulevard. Dollar Tree, not Dollar General.
What's the one on Henderson?
The one on Henderson is a Dollar Tree. The one that used to be the restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Dollar Tree?
I've
That's a
been in there.
That's a Dollar Tree. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. Good stuff.
Yeah, good
You know,
stuff.
$1.25, but hey, who's complaining?
Not when I went.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that was a joke. Like a year or two ago, it became the
And now they
$1.25
have
tree.
like the $1 and more store.
Yeah, they've got the $5 tree as well.
You don't want to get wambukied on that stuff.
All right, we have a crazy story that's making national news right out of the Tampa Bay area. And I'm going to tell you, this is gross. This happened at Tampa General Hospital. A guy goes to the hospital because he's got cheese and meat and cholesterol oozing from the pores in his hand. What the? This is a local guy who goes on this like total protein diet of cheese and dairy and meat products, eating 6 pounds a day, and the cholesterol was actually oozing out of his pores. Yellow stuff was coming out. What? I mean, oh my God, this is gross. And this makes the Journal of the American Medical Association's Cardiology Journal. All right, listen to this. A man from Tampa started leaking chunks of cholesterol from his skin after spending years gorging himself on fatty foods as part of a carnivore diet. The man, who's in his late 40s, went to Tampa General Hospital 3 weeks after began seeing strange pale yellow nodules emerging from his palms, soles of his feet, and elbows, according to a new case report published in the journal JAMA Cardiology.
All right, so were his hands greasy, or were these just like little bubbles under his skin?
It looked like Velveeta or Cheese Whiz was coming out of his pores.
I know, but if he would have handled some macaroni, would he have had mac and cheese? Or I mean, is this under the skin, or is this?
It's coming out of his pores.
No, it's oozing. It's coming out.
It's subcutaneous. Yes.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the whole thing. Don't yell at me about it.
So what happens when he shook hands with people?
Yeah, right?
God, you get like a slimy cholesterol coating.
I don't know.
Well, let's say you played on a softball team and you try to throw the ball
Oh,
back into the
stop.
Or you're swinging the bat. Bat
Yeah.
would fly right out of your head and hit the pitcher right in the face.
Sorry.
Boom.
But wait, did you see what he informed the doctor?
Well, hang on a minute. Let me
okay.
get to more of the
Get
story.
there.
It turns out that he was eating so much fatty food that it started to seep out of his skin. How does that happen? The man reportedly had started on a carnivore diet 8 months before the symptoms began. As the name might suggest, carnivore diets are characterized by consuming primarily or only animal-based foods. The diet eliminates carbohydrates entirely, relying instead on proteins and fats for energy, all of which are from animal sources. People on the carnivore diet generally consume foods including meat, fish, eggs, organ meat, bone marrow, full-fat dairy, and animal fats like lard.
Delicious.
Yes. His dietary habits included a high intake of fats consisting of 6 to 9 pounds of cheese, sticks of butter, and additional fat incorporated into his daily hamburgers.
9 pounds of meat a day.
He would put sticks of butter on his hamburgers?
Sounds
That's
delicious.
what doctors wrote in the case. Is that what you were pointing out, Michelle?
No.
Oh, keep going.
The man told doctors that this diet had caused him to lose weight as well as experience increased energy and improved mental clarity.
Let's do it.
I mean, I think the carnivore diet has its, good features, but not 9 pounds a day, not sticks of butter.
The doctors found that the man's blood cholesterol levels were over 100 milligrams per DL. Was that a deciliter? 1,000 mg/dl. For reference, according to Johns Hopkins Medicine, a normal cholesterol level is less than 200 milligrams. Anything over 240 is considered high. And this guy is over 1,000? My God, somebody get this guy a Crestor.
Nope. Give me the butter-flavored Crestor.
The size of a Frisbee. He needs a giant Crestor. Bowling ball-sized Crestor. Oh, my God. And it's a Tampa guy. Who are you? Show your face. Call the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah, if your phone doesn't slip out of your hand.
He did show his face.
Yeah, what's his? Do we have a name on this? We don't have a name on him though.
He shows it on TikTok.
Oh, God.
You're on his TikTok?
No. That's part of the article.
All right, Mr. Cholesterol, if you're listening, call us 800-990. That's what I'm calling him, Mr. Cholesterol. Call the MJ Morning Show right now. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047.
We'll take you out for a steak.
Mr. Cholesterol, call the MJ Morning Show right now, please. Call us immediately.
He probably can't dial because, slippery fingers.
Slips right off the buttons. Anyway, there's more like technical nitty-gritty here about the immune system responding to accumulations. Wow. Anyway, Tampa General, local dude, 6 to 9 pounds of meat and cheese and butter sticks a day.
Sounds delicious, but
and the stuff then starts oozing out of his pores in his hand. Oh my God! His feet, his elbows. It's like. It's like his elbow is like a hot butter dispenser at the movie theater. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Like you pump it on top of the popcorn.
That is an unfreaking believable story.
He goes to a movie, he just makes a fist over your popcorn and it just drips out.
Oh, gross.
All right, quick follow-up. Do you remember we did the counterfeit bag story last week where I warned folks that now we're getting reports of customs officials confiscating fake purses from people that are coming back into the country? So you come to a U.S. airport, you're coming in from a foreign country, you got to go through immigration and customs, and we had a report last week about customs agents starting to crack down and confiscating fake bags. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Goyard, Hermes, Yves Saint Laurent, Prada, Chanel.
Yeah, some fancy stuff.
Michelle, this is all up your alley. Am I missing any major brand? Did I cover them all? Did I learn from you? Okay.
Bottega Veneta. Balenciaga.
Oh, jeez, here we go. So the customs agents are recognizing fakes and they're confiscating them. And I said, hey, how do they know? I'm like, clearly they have some training. I got an email right here. And I don't want to mention the name, so I will not mention the name of the individual, but apparently they are Customs and Border Protection here in Tampa. And they write, MJ, I'm listening. Please don't read my email handle on the air. No problem. You will remain anonymous. We get training through contractors who work for Louis Vuitton and such that show us the exact minor details that show us what a fake is versus a real item.
Huh.
It can come down to tiny details like the stitching and zipper brands or font in the tags. After training, it is remarkably easy to spot the fakes. So, anonymous customs agent listening to the MJ Morning Show last week that dropped me an email who I'll remain or I'll keep anonymous as they requested. But again, great information. And I just want to point out that this is an example. If you've got anything ever to add to the MJ Morning Show, well, first of all, we welcome you to call. If we're ever doing anything on the show and you want to add something, call us. Don't always wait for me to say, hey, call us, 800-990-1047. Don't always wait for that. If you have something to add, call us immediately and tell Andrew, our producer, and we'll get you on. 800-990-1047. Or you can always email me like this customs agent did, mj@mjmorningshow.com. And if you want to remain anonymous, just say you want to remain anonymous. And you can see that I absolutely adhered to their wishes. mj@mjmorningshow.com. And, of course, my instant messages are open on my IG at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Why do you both have, you guys both have faces going on over here?
I was very, very mildly entertained about how proud you were that you adhered to the emailer's wishes and kept them anonymous.
Well, I was reading another story about how they just confiscated a bunch of Tiffany and Company jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And where's that?
Where's the article, or where did it happen?
No,
Where did it happen?
Yeah, where did it happen?
Was that
At the cargo warehouse in New York's Champlain port of entry.
Oh, Champlain is up in
I don't know where
the
that is.
Canadian border.
Yeah.
Lake Champlain, that's way up. That's not
Right.
far from Lake Placid, I believe, right?
So they had a whole big shipment of what appeared to be high-end jewelry, and they examined it, and it was not Tiffany and Company jewelry. It's a company that I guess does this sort of thing for them.
Huh. It's quite a haul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to I can't find something.
What are you looking for?
No, I had a list.
It's right in front of you.
No, usually it is.
Yes.
It's like the most obvious spot. No, I had something I wanted to discuss, and hold on, I must have put it. I'll see if I can find it. But let me take a moment here, and I want to discuss a fundraiser for the ATF agent that was shot trying to break up an altercation just after Christmas. Talking about Matthew Murray, a special agent with the Tampa Field Division of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. And he was shot. We've got two individuals that have now been arrested, and fellow agents have started a fundraiser. And it's just an awful story. And I want to share a narrative that I got from the ATF. So local ATF people contacted me and just said, hey, MJ, would you mind broadcasting this fundraiser that we're doing for this agent who was shot and paralyzed? And I just feel awful for this agent who was off duty trying to stop an altercation in a bowling alley parking lot in Hillsborough County and ends up getting shot and, critically wounded. ATF Special Agent Matt Murray and family have started rehabilitation in South Florida. The Murrays expressed how grateful they are for the outpouring of generosity after Matt was shot in the back of the neck during an altercation at a Tampa area bowling alley on December 27th. He had been in intensive care and most recently a surgical step-down unit for the last several weeks. The men and women of Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office have been phenomenal in this active investigation. Within hours of the shooting, deputies identified, located, and arrested the trigger puller, Christopher Smith, and recently brought a second suspect, Tia Hayward, into custody. We have full confidence that the sheriff's office will continue to bring all those responsible for this senseless shooting to justice. But the criminal investigation is just one part of the story. The tragic reality is that Matt and his family have a long and bumpy road to recovery. It is expected that he will suffer from some form of permanent paralysis. That's why we, Matt's friends and colleagues, created this fundraiser using his team's challenge coin to support the Murrays through this difficult time. The fundraiser was specifically designed as a creative and memorable way for the local community to honor a great husband, father, brother, friend, and public servant whose life has changed forever due to a senseless act of violence. Most importantly, 100% of the proceeds will go to the family to cover their most pressing needs. For example, medical expenses, travel and meals costs, potentially retrofitting his home for accessibility, and years of rehab. And even for folks who can't or don't donate, we ask they simply keep Special Agent Murray in their prayers.
Oh, man.
They are launching the sale of a challenge coin. You see the challenge coins, military, police, they have the coin. And, even if you look at the Oval Office, a lot of times the president will have challenge coins. I think Trump does it, where he'll have a rack with the coins behind him.
Right.
I've got a ton of challenge coins. I've got so many from MacDill.
Yeah, they're giving us gifts.
I've got Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office challenge coins. Chief Lee Burkhall recently gave me his chief challenge coin. I have a Blue Angels. When I flew with the Blue Angels, they gave me a challenge coin. The Blue Angels, that coin's a tough coin to get, but they've launched a challenge coin and a patch, an ATF Tampa Group 1 patch, as a fundraiser. Now, if you go to our website, all the information is there. You can see the artwork on the challenge coin, the obverse and the reverse, and then also, Fester, let me grab the computer here. Then you'll see the actual graphic, help injured ATF agent and former Marine, and you can buy the coin, you can buy the patch, you can buy both, and there's a Venmo QR. Also, there's the Cash App name, so Venmo or Cash App, you can either go to our website, go to mjmorningshow.com, then click on As Heard on the MJ Morning Show, and you'll see the artwork. Or you can just go to Michael6894 on Venmo or Cash App. So Michael6894 on Venmo or Cash App, or go to mjmorningshow.com. Look for As Heard on the MJ Morning Show. It's one of the top graphics. Click on that, and then you'll see the whole story, the narrative, and you'll see the artwork and how to order. But if you could, $20 shipped for the patch, $25 for the coin. Buy both. Again, the proceeds go to the family of this ATF agent that was senselessly shot as he was trying to break up a fight in this altercation in this Tampa bowling, Hillsborough County, Tampa area bowling alley parking lot. So just a terrible situation, but let's do what we can to try to help out Special Agent Matt Murray and his family, as this guy has, served the ATF and former U.S. Marine, keeping us safe. And here he was off duty, trying to intervene in an altercation, and he gets shot in the neck. So please buy the challenge coin, buy the patch, buy both if you can, as the proceeds will go to the family and the injured ATF agent. Again, local Tampa field office is a local Tampa resident, works for the ATF, whose life and the family's lives changed forever. So go to mjmorningshow.com, click on As Heard on the MJ Morning Show, and then you'll see the story. Or you can just go directly to, if you're on Venmo or Cash App, Michael6894. Michael6894. That's Michael6894 on Venmo or Cash App to buy the challenge coin and the patch. So let's help him out.
All right.
All right, if you're a father, don't let your 13-year-old kid drive a car on Belcher Road.
And Belcher's might be a little too busy a road, right?
Man, what the? Florida man, a Clearwater man.
So when can you get a learner's permit?
It's like 15 and change. Michelle, what age do the kids get their learner's permit?
Oh, way late.
No. But
I don't know.
But what age were they eligible?
I don't know because we weren't here.
Yeah, our kids were very late drivers because of our New York tour. All right, but a father was arrested on Friday. His 13-year-old kid was driving, according to Clearwater PD. So according to the police arrest report, Clearwater PD pulled over a 2022 Dodge Ram because it blew right past a school bus. So cops saw it.
Yeah.
Cops pull over. And listen, enforcement has really gotten serious.
Yeah, school bus safety is no joke.
Yeah, it's no joke at all. I'm sorry. If you're going to be an egregious pile of human vomit and blow past the stop arm and the flashing lights of a school bus, then you're the lowest form of low. So this happened on Friday, just before 9 o'clock. It was on Belcher Road and Harn. And police, after pulling the vehicle over, discovered the driver was a 13-year-old. And then the father was just seated in the passenger seat.
Yep, here I am.
And then cops said, "What the hell are you thinking?" And the father tells Clearwater Police, "Yeah, it was a dumb thing to let him drive." Oh, you think? What the hell? I mean, just
Well, also, don't you think that
idiots.
the parents' responsibility is also to say, "Hey, little buddy, there's a school bus with a stop sign, the flash, something. Like, we need to stop." He wasn't even properly,
Nope.
you know,
He
instructed.
wasn't even guiding him correctly.
Right.
The old man was like,
Just drive.
Just blow through it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So in Florida, you have to be 15 years old to get a learner's permit or
Okay.
learner's license.
Yeah, when I was in Virginia, when I first learned, it was 15-8. It was 15 years and 8 months you were able to get your learner's permit.
And then to get a driver license, you have to be 16 years old, but have a learner's license for at least 1 year if you're under the age of 18.
Oh, guess
Yeah.
what? Guess what time it is?
8:41.
No, not literally. It's time for good flight attendant, bad flight attendant.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. It's everyone's favorite feature, good flight attendant, bad flight attendant, here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. All right. Obviously, as the title denotes, I've clearly got a good flight attendant story and a bad flight attendant story.
Oh, that's not what I thought.
What?
I thought you were going to give us a scenario and we had to decide whether that was good or bad.
No. I'm going to
Okay.
tell. I'm going to tell you.
Oh, well, then I'll just sit back and listen.
What is a good flight attendant story? What is a bad flight
I
attendant
mean,
story?
you played the music. I thought you were looking for contestants in a game.
Which one would you like to? Which one would you like to hear first? Good or bad?
Bad.
Okay, bad. Delta flight canceled after the crew accidentally deployed the emergency slide at the airport. Ooh, can you imagine? Holy
Oh,
crap.
no.
Delta Airlines had to call off one of the flights out of Seattle, Tacoma, after crew members accidentally deployed the emergency slide. Delta Flight 419, scheduled to travel to Honolulu. Can you imagine?
Your Hawaiian vacation.
God.
You're leaving rainy Seattle in the middle of winter to go to Hawaii.
Flight was canceled last Thursday. A spokesperson for the airport clarified the aircraft was empty when the emergency slide was accidentally deployed and was pulling up to the gate to load passengers for the outboard flight.
How do you do that?
All the passengers, their luggage is checked in. They went through TSA, and if they're schmucks, they don't have pre-check. And they're all at the gate waiting to. You got the gate lice already gathering and trying to rush the boarding process.
And it's their vacation, so they arrived early. They're
Yeah.
already all tanked up, ready to get on board.
That's right.
So the plane, I guess, might have been off gate. They're towing the plane into the gate, and a flight attendant accidentally, the door was armed when they opened it instead of, because you always hear cross-check and all-call, right? If you're ever on an airplane, flight attendants cross-check and all-call, and what that does, that they have the flight attendants double-check the other's door to make sure that they disarm it. Because if you're ever on a plane, look and watch the flight attendants. If you have a visual that they'll move the handle and there's an arm and disarm, and that dictates whether the slide will go off. So they accidentally, they deployed the slide,
but it was empty. The flight was empty.
Well,
No.
It was just they were pulling up to the gate, and they were at the gate apparently, and just before the boarding process, I guess they were opening up the door and the slide was activated because they did not clearly cross-check and all-call.
Could they have at least made it an option to exit the plane?
Flight canceled. So I don't even know when these people got out. But that flight from Seattle, Tacoma, all the way to Senator Inouye Airport in Honolulu was canceled. It's got to suck.
I got to say, it's always
Can
been
you
kinda-
imagine the people that were waiting for their shave ice on the other side?
all those people waiting for their ices?
And their Hawaiian Saimin. Oh, God. Yeah, whenever I think of Hawaii, I think of, well, listen, I make my own shave ice at home. I've got the real deal machine.
You got a Hawaiian guy that comes over and helps you freeze the
No,
water.
I do. I freeze my own water. And I have my syrups are shipped in from Hawaii.
Yeah, packaged by somebody named Moana.
And I've got the real Fuji Marca 709 SE version 2 machine at my house. That's how serious I am.
It's always been a dream of mine to jump out of an airplane onto the slide. I would love to be able to do that in a non-life-threatening, frantic situation. Like if anybody has like access to a plane and they're like, testing the slide, you want to maybe do like some weight limit tests or something, call me. I'd love to come down to the airport and just jump out of it one time.
To see if you can pop the slide?
No, just to do it.
All right.
I mean, I might pop it, but who knows?
Well, hey, guess what? They do drills.
Where? How do I sign up for that?
Well, when they certify new aircraft, they have to do drills on evacuations.
I have to go to Boeing in Seattle?
Or Airbus or wherever. Yeah. So all new planes, and it's not often they introduce a brand new model, but in order for planes to be certified to fly in the United States, you have to be able, on a commercial airliner, you have to be able to evacuate the plane in 90 seconds or less with half of the exits inoperable. That's the way a plane gets certified.
So I'm going to research airline evacuation drill opportunities for Fester.
Anywhere in Central Florida.
Okay.
I'll go to Orlando to jump out of a plane. I don't want to jump out of a plane in the sky. No thanks.
Yeah.
But I'll jump out of a plane on the ground onto the slide. You've never done that?
That was bad flight attendant. You ready for good flight attendant?
Sure.
All right, this is really interesting. This is really, really clever. You ever go to a hotel, motel, and wonder if the sheets are truly clean?
Yes.
Are the sheets fresh? Did the maid service just look at the sheets and say, nope, no stains?
Good enough.
Good enough. I'm not going to change the sheets. Well, guess what this flight attendant started doing? A flight attendant started leaving notes in the sheets. And if the maid staff at the hotel, motel didn't change the sheets, then the next guest would find the note inside the sheets. Listen to this.
This is the good flight attendant?
This is the good yes, letting people know that your sheets weren't cleaned.
This is the creepy flight attendant.
So flight attendants have started leaving notes behind, hidden in bed sheets of the room they just occupied, to alert the next guest that your crisp white sheets aren't clean. Aircrew probably spend more time away from home and staying in various hotels than the average person, and flight attendants are pretty good at adapting to varying hotel standards. That being said, no one wants to hotbed in dirty bed linen. That's why flight attendants will regularly pull back the sheets as soon as they get into their room to look for telltale signs that the sheets haven't been changed, or perhaps even worse, evidence of a bug infestation. And this has now led to some crew members tucking messages into the sheets to help alert fellow flight attendants or other guests that the linen they climb into has not been changed. Normally written on the hotel's own stationery, the notes typically read something like this: if you find this note, then this bed still has its old sheets on.
Ugh.
Holy shit.
I'd rather not know. This isn't the good flight attendant story.
Or the sheets could have sheet stains.
You need
Okay. You know what?
they'd see that one. I think.
At this point, what should you do? You got one of two options. Either immediately request a change of room, but run the risk that the next bed also has old linen. To get this done, flight attendants sometimes even create a stain on the sheets to ensure housekeeping doesn't dismiss the change. So some flight attendants will even leave a visible stain on the sheets to ensure that the sheets are changed, but also apparently they're leaving notes inside the rooms to call out the lazy housekeepers if they don't change the sheets.
That's not the good flight attendant. That's the creepy.
Listen to this. No, this is a good flight attendant. A good flight attendant.
You don't think informing you was good?
I don't want to know. You need to change the name of this whole game.
Good flight attendant. Some flight attendants are not going to risk it at all. Some pack their own sleeping sheets and a pillow to avoid touching the hotel linen at all. I'm saying that's probably the minority. But how about that? We have never come across a note in the sheets.
We have not.
Dancing in the sheets.
All right.
Remember that? Wasn't that a song? Shalimar. Remember that? I think it was the Footloose soundtrack song. Dancing in the sheets. Dum, 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 dum. Remember that?
Yeah.
Andrew, do we have that song in the...
Vaguely.
Is that, come on, you got to remember. Dancing in the
Yes.
sheets.
I'm not
Shalimar.
sure that you have it all right there.
Andrew, do we have it? It's not in the system? Festa, bring up YouTube. Hurry up. Hurry,
All right,
bring up Shalimar. Come on, we got to play a little Shalimar here. Dancing in the sheets. YouTube. Hurry up, Fester. Man, you are so slow.
I got a sneeze going on here.
All right.
Shalimar.
Just type in Shalimar. Dude,
Cursor.
hurry up.
Hold on.
Shalimar.
Shalimar.
Dancing in the sheets. Hurry up. I got a break here, sir. Right there. All right, click that. All right, let me take control. All right, here we go. Let me find...
music video is the first one.
Yeah, I don't want the
Dance
video.
show's the second one.
I want the actual song.
Was
Here
it
we
on
go.
the Footloose soundtrack?
Yeah, this is from the... Yeah, it's from the Footloose soundtrack. All right, hang on. Oh, one of two ads? What the hell?
Yeah, you got to watch the
Two
whole thing.
freaking ads. All right, skip.
now.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. I think we got it here. All right, let me take it back. Let me unmute it, and here we go. Shalimar. All right, there we go. Shalimar dancing in the sheets.
I like pooping in the shit.
Pooping
But the song,
in
not,
the
the, not the Amber Heard.
All right.
All right, it's the Amber Heard theme song. All right, 8:53 at the MJ Morning Show. This brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. So that means it is revenue time. All right, we have an hour to go, and I haven't even scratched the surface today. Busy Monday as usual. It is 9 o'clock exactly at the MJ Morning Show. MJ Fester, my lovely wife Michelle, joins us. We are narrowing down and closing in on the search for a brand new member of the MJ Morning Show. And we got some great candidates. I think we're probably getting close to the finalist list on who we will next bring in to join the legendary MJ Morning Show broadcast. Why are you giving me a face over there, Fester?
Fantastic.
All right.
I'm excited.
All right. Michelle, don't get too comfortable in that chair over there.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm counting down the days.
Although a lot of people have suggested that.
No.
A lot of people have suggested that you become permanent.
We love you. We love having you.
Yeah. Yeah. The Beasley Media Group can be paying both of us.
I get a headache.
You know
just
what
on the ride.
they would probably say? You know what? Hey, Michelle just comes. Let's keep Michelle because Michelle just comes along with Fester.
I have that fear.
Like a side dish, you know?
Yeah.
You know, just kind of a free accoutrement, you know?
You're a side dish now.
Yeah,
his compliments are never ending.
I'm the side dish?
You're the side dish.
Michelle's a dish, all right. Yeah. Anyway, so we will be selecting a new member of the MJ Morning Show. Very exciting time ahead here in 2025. Hey, I don't want to wreck people's vacations, but the U.S. State Department do not travel list for 2025 is out.
Okay, aren't these places usually hellholes?
Well, you know what? Let me go down the list and let's determine. It's a new game. It's hellhole or not hellhole. You ready to play?
Yes.
It's time to play hellhole or not a hellhole. And now, here's your host, Hellhole Herman.
Okay, so, I mean, instantly, when you say State Departments do not travel list, a couple of places come to mind.
Right, don't be a spoiler over here.
No, I'm just, anybody who watches any kind of current events can think of a couple of places you don't want to travel to right now.
All right. Here is the list of level 4 warnings. Do not go.
Is this the highest of the levels?
Oh, level 4 is the highest.
Okay.
Yeah, level 1. Yeah, you just normal conditions.
Think twice.
And I'll give you the list of the gradations here. So, level 1, exercise normal precautions. Level 2, exercise increased precautions for your travel. Level 3, reconsidered travel. Level 4, do not travel. Don't go. All right.
So, for the purposes of this fun game,
cancel.
We're really concerned with level 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I mean, level 2, I mean, always be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah. I think I've been to a 3. I don't think I've ever been to a 4. Hey, Michelle, bring up the State Department no travel list. And I just want to go over a couple of the 3s after we finish with the 4s. All right, folks, listen, again, I hate to screw up your spring break plans or maybe some summer family vacation plans, but here is the list. Level 4, the highest from the State Department, Do not travel. Number 1 on the list, Sudan.
Oh.
Don't travel. North Korea. Don't travel. Burkina Faso.
Where's that?
Africa.
Really?
That's formerly Upper Volta, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh.
Yeah. Mali. South Sudan. I'm getting close to not even wanting to drive a sedan at this point. Anybody? Next on the list is Burma, which is also known as Myanmar. Russia's on the list. Next, Russia.
Okay, this is a.
Don't go to Russia.
Who has this job at the State Department?
They'll jank you up on some charges and hold you as like a hostage for a prisoner release, scam. Syria. Yeah, don't go to Syria right now. Yemen. Tell you what, there's some great scuba diving off of Yemen. I was thinking about going. I'm going to cancel now.
Well, if you want your body ending up floating in that water for all time.
Somalia. Don't go to Somalia. Libya, also on the list. Iran. Yeah, don't go to Iran.
Where can you go?
Haiti. So over in this hemisphere now. Let's bring it on home. So closer to home, Haiti. Haiti is, just dangerous as hell. You have all these marauding gangs of criminals. Yeah, don't go to Haiti.
I have a timeshare at the Marriott Port-au-Prince.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about going.
Port-au-Prince, I want to get kidnapped. Isn't that the lyric in that
Yeah.
Kokomo song? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Port-au-Prince, I want to get a glimpse. Oh.
Of a guy with a gun.
Of a kidnapping.
yeah.
Port-au-Prince, I want to get a glimpse of a kidnapping. Next on the list, Venezuela. Yeah, Venezuela, not a great place these days. Next, obviously, Ukraine, Iraq, Belarus. Yeah, Belarus, not a good, they're kind of similar to what the Russian situation is now. Oh, and the Central African Republic, Lebanon, and Afghanistan. So if you were planning any getaways to those spots, you might want to reconsider according
Lebanon's
to the U.S.
on the completely banned list? Like the do not travel list?
Yeah.
Do not travel.
Michelle, you on the level 3 list? Do you have that?
I have it right here in front
All
of
right.
me.
So have I been to any level 3s? Where's Egypt? Is Egypt on 3 or because I was in Egypt over the last couple of years, scuba diving in the Red Sea.
I don't see that Egypt is on the level 3
All right.
list.
Egypt's beautiful this time.
Yeah,
of year.
level 3 is reconsider travel. So Egypt must be a level 2.
Oh, there it is. Yep,
Is
level
it,
3.
It is a 3.
It was placed on there as of October 15th of last year.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was after I scuba dived, but I thought Egypt was on the list now because I do want to do the Southern Red Sea next.
Too bad.
And then
Oh, no. Go ahead.
you want
Wait,
me to
where else did you want to go?
You want me to? Hey, if you remember, you saw the video. I had to catch a flight.
Yeah.
I left Port Galib, and I had to take a 2.5 hour middle of the night ride with 2 Egyptian guys. I'm all alone in a van driving through the Egyptian desert at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I actually shot an Instagram video. This is a couple of years ago. If you want to scroll down, I shot a video and you can just see nothing ahead. It's middle of the night. The dashboard's on this van. This is like a total American kidnap van, right? and I shot a video and I posted on Instagram, guys. If I disappear, this is my last position. I'm in a van being driven at 3 o'clock in the morning for a 5:30 flight out of Hurghada, back to Cairo and then Cairo back to New York.
Yeah.
But
they were going to kidnap you, but he's like, this guy doesn't shut up. let's wait for the next one. All right, so a lot of places in Central...
by the way, on the way down, we had a government escort. So on the way down, we were on a bus, and the government, the Egyptian government, they don't want American tourists getting kidnapped or, shot up. So we had an actual military and police escort for our bus all the way down from Hurghada down to Port Galib, where we caught our scuba boat. All right, so what do you have, Fester?
So a lot of places in Central America, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Honduras.
Level 3, reconsider travel.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamaica's on the reconsider travel list.
You know what I'm surprised to see?
What?
Papua New Guinea.
Oh, that's because of the tribal guys that'll eat you.
Really?
Well, I think,
No.
That's
no,
the least of my
seriously. In New
problems.
Guinea, I think on one of the islands, there's like some band of like cannibals that will like hit you with poison darts in
Well,
your
if
neck
you
and then
click
eat
on
you.
it tells you why.
Yeah,
Due to crime, civil unrest, and piracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to rope
Kidnapping.
me. Yeah. If I went to one of these cannibal islands, it'd be like Thanksgiving. They get the whole island around.
All right.
Egypt,
So
Uganda.
sorry to spoil things for you, but that's the do not travel list. A woman buys an iPhone 16, goes into the Apple store, buys an iPhone 16, and then moments later is shocked and says, No, cancel. Give me my phone back. No. Give me my old phone back. Don't wipe it. Don't give me my. So she was trading in her old phone to get a new Apple iPhone 16. At this
Okay.
point, just wait until the new one comes out in typically Apple has new models in September?
No, now's when all the commercials come out where it's like, get a new Apple 16 on us.
Yeah, and they're already 6 months old or so.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal. Why do you think this woman is at the Apple store and cancels her purchase of the iPhone 16 and says, "Give me my old phone back now"? Why?
Naked pictures of herself are on it.
No.
Oh. Naked pictures of her.
Something I should know
lover.
about your phone?
No.
Nick,
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle.
listen,
Let me
just
go
saying.
through your phone. Let me rummage through it.
You don't want to see it. There's Zoom photos.
Come on. You don't know.
I mean,
Andrew just said it in my
I
ear.
mean, obviously, it might be personal information on there, or
No,
passwords,
yeah.
or banking information.
How does Andrew get it? Well, he's the producer of the show.
He's a hermit.
Andrew, turn your microphone on. Andrew, the producer, he guessed 100% why the lady canceled her iPhone 16 purchase and said, "Give me my old phone back." Why, Andrew?
Because, like you, she loves TikTok.
Oh, I do not like TikTok. I've never had TikTok on my phone, but she did, and that is the correct answer. Absolutely.
That's right. You can't download it now. It's not available in the App Store.
Oh.
Yeah, so TikTok's up and running, but it is not available on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, so you can't download it. So she gets the new phone, and I guess they were transferring everything from her old phone to the new phone, but TikTok wouldn't transfer. Apparently, that was not able to transfer, and she
Interesting.
canceled the sale. Give me my old phone back because she had to have the TikTok. Chinese spy operation. Following her all over the place.
All over.
Anyone see Timothy Chalamet on Saturday Night Live on Saturday night?
SNL is no longer on my radar to watch.
We watch it.
I'll watch clips that make its way to Instagram or TikTok.
No, we go
but-
through it. We typically don't watch it live. We typically watch it the next day so I can, TiVo through all the commercials.
Oh, this one's not funny. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
3 seconds. No, not funny. Boop, boop, boop.
So
That's about your level of attention.
now we got our fill of Timothy Chalamet over the weekend.
Did we ever?
Because, as a SAG-AFTRA member, I am going through the screeners with Michelle for the SAG-AFTRA Awards coming up in February. And we're watching a lot of the movies, and a lot of the SAG-AFTRA nominations are also Academy Award nominations. So one of the movies we watched was How Does It Feel?
Oh, Michelle, you watched that, Dirge?
She did.
Did you like it?
No.
I mean, aside from you hating Bob Dylan,
Okay, but see, this is the thing.
Andrew, did you get Michelle? Did you get Michelle? All right, put her camera on. Give me the thumbs and the. That's what Michelle thought of.
Yeah.
But here's the
How
thing.
does it feel?
Wait a minute. Let me just say something. I thought
Like
that I
a
did not
rolling
like.
sto- Oh, sorry.
Right. I thought that I did not like Bob Dylan's music. Turns out I do like his music. I just can't stand his nasally, whiny voice.
don't like
so
the
if
How
somebody
Does
has
It
a
Feel?
recommendation, right, for some covers of his music, I apparently do like that old folk music kind of stuff. But also, the movie just sucked.
I believe Devo did a cover of.
Is that possible?
No, I'm kidding.
There are, yeah.
like a Rolling Stone.
Don't,
Come on.
don't. But Timothy Chalamet obviously plays Bob Dylan in the movie. We had a busy weekend. We even went to the theaters.
Oh, yeah. See, I like that movie.
We even went to see a movie. So as Gasparilla was getting started, Michelle and I went to an 11:25 matinee at AMC 14 West Shore.
2 of 5 in the theater.
We seriously 5 people in the whole theater, and What movie did we go see?
Nosferatu.
Oh, man. You want to talk about
Did you even understand it?
Yes, it's a freaking vampire. Yes,
All right.
I understand Nosferatu.
How did? Oh, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I can't ask you.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
question.
don't spoil it. So we went to see that in the theaters.
Yeah.
And yeah, photography was stunning. It's a remake of an old 1920s silent film, right?
Yes.
And it's a spooky Transylvania.
Yes. Oh, you got that much?
I saw the map where the solicitor went by horseback all the way to Transylvania to have the count sign the deed.
And then you fell asleep. Then you promptly fell asleep.
I didn't fall asleep.
Okay, I'm sorry, you didn't fall asleep. You got on your phone.
So let me get back to where we were. So we did go to the movie, but we watched a lot of movies, and we even went to the theater for one.
Yes.
So what did we watch? We watched a Total Pain, right?
No, we watched.
Is it a real pain or what is the name of the
real
damn
pain?
thing? That's with Jesse Eisenberg
Yes.
and Kieran Culkin.
Yes.
And I enjoyed that. Quirky. And then Jennifer Grey with her non-hooky nose.
I'm surprised you didn't know that was her.
Yeah,
you know what?
I had the non-hooky nose
Yeah.
for 35
I
years.
know, but that wrecked her career.
Yes.
It did.
When Jennifer Grey, after the success of Dirty Dancing,
Yep.
after she got a nose job,
Her mother made her do it.
it destroyed her career. After the nose job, you couldn't even recognize her.
I saw her speak about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She
Yeah.
came to
She
some
came
event
to Tampa,
locally.
right, to a women's event.
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. I'm Jennifer Grey. Today I'd like to talk about how this rhinoplasty ruined my life.
That's essentially what she said.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
It wrecked her career.
It did.
But she was in the movie with Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin. It was an enjoyable movie.
She's a great
Yeah.
actress.
What else did we watch? We watched
Sing Sing.
Oh, Sing Sing was very interesting.
Yeah.
Watch Sing Sing,
I enjoyed that.
and then
That was it. A Complete Unknown, Nosferatu, A Real Pain, Sing Sing.
right.
You watched 4 movies. That's
4
a lot.
movies.
We had a busy weekend, but then we already previously last week we watched Honora. Honora's fantastic.
No, we watched Honora a long time ago.
2 weekends ago.
No, we watched it with Julian
Yeah, 2 weekends ago. Yeah, Honora is fantastic.
a long time ago.
Honora
It is.
Honora is superb.
Raunchy.
Right.
Oh.
We have a couple more things we have to
Yeah, why
watch.
can't you just
still.
call it raunchy
Yeah.
and get our attention? Here
but-
you're calling it superb. Just call it raunchy.
But
We'll-
Timothy
we'll- we'll watch it.
Chalamet was on SNL on Saturday night, and Timothy Chalamet also plays Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
The movie, I love period pieces, but the problem I had with A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan story with Timothy,
Yes.
it just lacked character development. It lacked story development.
Right.
I thought it did an awful job about really telling the real story of Bob Dylan. It just kind of...
Well, coming off of we watched the one about Elvis a couple years ago.
Yeah,
there
that
were two
was-
Elvises.
Oh, and the Queen one. Remember the Queen
Oh,
movie?
and Queen.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, Queen movie, the
Right.
Elvis movie was phenomenal.
So all these rock biopics you're really
Yeah.
into, and then
Yeah.
you thinking this one was like a letdown?
This was just like a little couple of vignettes about him, and then you know what? At the end of it, I was like, "You're a jerk."
It just kind of clumped together. It just wasn't
Yeah.
a fluid story that, again, there was a lack of story and character building.
Also,
In
can I
it-
just say,
What?
like, there's not a lot of dialogue for this dude in the movie. I mean,
Yes,
really,
that
he's
was
doing. Right. It was
dialogue.
showcasing his like
Ugh.
ability to emulate Bob Dylan's
Ugh.
annoying voice singing and
How
his
does
guitar
it
skills. Yay.
feel? I tell you, it feels. I feel let down. Is how it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let that. But also, Michelle,
I feel disappointed.
Thank you.
Who's one of your favorite artists of all time?
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Def Leppard.
All right, that's true. But come on, keep going. Gainesville.
Oh, Tom Petty.
But Tom Petty got a lot of influence from. That's why I'm surprised you're such a Tom Petty fan, because Tom Petty has a little bit of that
Okay, stop.
sound. But
Tom Petty's hot.
Ugh.
but Tom Petty
Hello?
was highly influenced by Bob Dylan, and you can hear some Bob Dylan
Of course.
in Tom Petty.
And what did I just acknowledge?
But you dislike.
She likes
no,
the
no.
music.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
I dislike Bob Dylan because my family never listened to Bob Dylan. Right? So I was never like exposed to it, and all I ever heard was that nasally whenever they would play him on any, media or form
It was
that
like
I was
a caricature of
exactly,
himself.
Exactly. Now I would love to hear his music, but just not him singing.
All right, so let me bring this around to where I started.
Yes.
So Timothy Chalamet was on Saturday Night Live. He was the host, also the musical guest, and he performed the Bob Dylan songs on SNL. Mostly songs I don't
right.
know.
Which Bob Dylan songs did he perform?
Yeah, the ones that he liked instead of
Right.
like, how does it feel?
So he's about
Yeah.
as much of a jerk as Bob Dylan.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Timothy Chalamet is getting a lot of crap because he was in a skit. There was some kind of a crazy bungee workout.
Yeah.
Do those really exist?
There is some kind of a workout that's like that. I don't think
What-
it's a bungee cord. I saw it on Instagram. It popped up one time.
So they're in a like an exercise class.
It's like hanging from ropes or something.
And they're all attached to a bungee.
Yeah.
And they're like doing like these bungee moves in midair. So that's the skit. And Timothy Chalamet was the instructor in this bungee workout class. And he's getting a lot of crap for a Jimmy Carter joke that people are saying too soon.
All right, hold on. I got to hear it.
Too soon. All right.
I love a good Jimmy Carter joke.
Yeah, because 100-year-old dead presidents, that's comedy right
Listen,
there.
I've been loving
All right.
I've been loving Jimmy Carter jokes for 45 years.
All right, listen, here's the clip from SNL.
And jumping jacks, just your arms, And 5, 4, 3, Jimmy Carter.
And he kind of lays out like flat like a corpse. And then he's calling it. So he's calling out moves. Do jumping jacks on the bungee. And then he kind of lies flat like a.
Do the Jimmy Carter,
And then
like
he
a
says,
corpse.
Do the Jimmy Carter.
And jumping jacks, just your arms. And 5, 4, 3, Jimmy Carter. Okay, now relax. Everybody rest.
So the audience, you can hear, oh. So.
It's a joke, man.
Yeah, it is. Come on. Give it a break. The writers wrote that. Probably those three cretins, those creepy guys, that do the little short films.
Smeggle?
No. The Please Don't Destroy guys.
Yeah.
And now they're in an Allstate commercial with the banged up Allstate guy from Rescue Me.
No, I didn't see
No,
that
sir.
one.
Oh, you haven't seen that one?
I don't think so.
The three Saturday Night Live guys, the young guys, the writers that do the Please Don't Destroy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, they're driving a car. They're trying to park, and they're
Oh.
smashing into crap. And then the Allstate guy comes out. Mayhem like me. All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show.
That's a
Here-
good Jimmy Carter joke, by the way.
I laughed. I thought it was funny. Come on, Jimmy Carter would laugh at that.
He'd be like,
right.
I have lust in my heart for Timothy Chalamet.
9:21.
That's a Jimmy Carter
There
joke.
you go. 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. The final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Monday will be next. Among things coming up. Oh, Fester's got to love this. Where would Fester's number one place for his wife to give birth in? Number one place for Fester's wife to give birth. Oh, we've got it for you next. Here on the MJ Morning Show. Stand by. This is hysterical. Astronomers thought they found a brand new asteroid. You're not going to believe what it actually was up in space. It wasn't an asteroid. Anyway, a lot of stuff. Next segment, wall-to-wall greatness. In fact, I always say the last segment is the best segment of the show, and it's next here on 104.7 FM, Q105. 9:29 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ Fester, lovely wife Michelle in studio on a Monday in the final days of January. Fester, this would be your dream. The fact that this did not happen has to be one of your greatest disappointments in life.
I'll tell you, a hospital was not my first choice.
What would your first choice be for your wife to go into labor and deliver a baby? What would choice number one be for you?
Oh, gosh. It's tough because there's a couple of places, but I would have to pick like a very sanitary Golden Corral.
You know what? You're barking up the right tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe a Vegas casino buffet or something.
Oh, I was thinking more like a van down by the river.
That's where she got pregnant.
Oh.
She got pregnant in the van.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Laid it out.
She got pregnant in a van down by the river?
Bet your ass, baby. Bet her ass. Anyway, that's not here nor there. But the delivery, I would choose a buffet and then maybe a cigar lounge.
Guess who I'm calling?
I don't know.
Calling the Golden Corral to see how many. No, I'm calling your wife.
Hope she's available.
What the heck would she be doing?
I don't know. Checking out.
Hello?
Allison.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Allison Siciliano. It is Fester's wife. Say hi to your husband. Say hi to Michelle, my lovely wife in studio.
Hey, Michelle.
Hello, Allison.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm fine. Oh wait, you're not
She's
talking to me.
talking to you, Michelle.
I'm doing it. Yeah, she never talks to me like that.
Yeah.
It's like, what? What do you want?
Allison, are you listening to the show right now, Allison?
I have been, but I wasn't for the last couple minutes. I was on the phone.
Okay, well, I asked Fester where his dream spot would have been for you to give birth to the kids.
Oh gosh, Dollar Tree.
Oh, that's
good guess.
That's another one. Fester said Golden Corral.
Oh, that's a good second. Yeah,
right next to the chocolate fountain.
You know what? I recently discovered.
Oh, right next to the placenta fountain.
Ooh,
Oh, come on.
It's fantastic. We'll save that, by the way. I recently found out I'm allergic to shrimp. So maybe,
what?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
My mouth gets itchy when I eat shrimp.
What? Did your throat close up?
I don't know. I mean, I've eaten shrimp a couple of times and haven't felt well immediately afterwards.
Allison needs an EpiPen.
That's what I told her. I said we need to get an EpiPen in the house. But so
I know. I told him because he was like, I think I'm going to finish it up and see if I really am allergic. I'm like, don't. I don't have an EpiPen here.
So,
He's not the brightest.
but I'm saying
He's not the brightest.
If we I wanted to eat more shrimp just to make sure I had the allergy. If we did give birth at the Golden Corral, it would be away from the popcorn shrimp.
Well,
now.
Too bad you didn't get it on the all-you-can-eat shrimp before Red Lobster went bankrupt.
Too
Yeah,
bad.
You know? All right. So, Michelle, did you know my grandma Franny? She was definitely allergic to shrimp.
Really?
Yeah. There was like some cross-contamination. I remember I was a kid.
Oh, it's terrible.
And we were at a restaurant, and there was like some cross-contamination, and my grandfather had to take a big pan and stab her in the throat. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a tracheotomy.
A little roadside
No,
tracheotomy.
I'm kidding. No, but seriously, my grandmother, we were at a restaurant, and there must have been some shrimp that cross-contaminated her food, and she went into like anaphylactic. Her throat closed up, and seriously.
Let me just say, Fester, we do have an expired EpiPen of Julian's if you would like to.
Yeah, bring it in tomorrow. I'll put it in the med kit.
Yeah, we've got an EpiPen from 2010, I think.
That stuff doesn't really expire, does it?
does.
You know what? Let me tell you right now.
Yeah.
I read a story. And Allison, hang on. We're going to get to some meat here in a minute.
Okay.
I read a story like 3-4 years ago about a pharmaceutical test. And they tested pills from the 1970s. So we're talking 45, 50 years
years old,
later,
yeah.
they're testing pills for the efficacy of the drug potency. And the drugs they tested, the pills were still like 95% effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40, 50 years later.
Like an expiration date on cottage cheese, I'll listen to. An expiration date on medicine, no big deal.
Yeah. When your milk...
Haven't you heard?
Go ahead.
Haven't you heard of there are certain charities that go overseas, and I remember back in the day they would accept expired prescriptions because they would take them over there with existing doctors and they would hand them out.
Wow.
To places.
Yeah, listen, when your milk pours like it's wallpaper paste, that expiration date, maybe. But as far as the drug, that's one of the biggest rackets.
Mm-hmm.
The expiration dates, and the stuff still has like almost full efficacy decades later.
Anyway, I'll take your EpiPen, by the way.
All right.
That sounds like a deal.
All right, so Allison, Fester guessed the best place to give birth for you would have been the Golden Corral. You guessed Dollar Tree, Fester's favorite retail location. Fester was closer. A woman gave birth in a Krispy Kreme parking lot.
Oh, my God.
Guess what? They flashed the hot now sign.
You know what?
Well, there are a lot of police officers there.
Yes.
That's true.
Emergency personnel was close by.
A woman gave birth in a Krispy Kreme parking lot in Alabama. The baby's father was driving the woman, who was in active labor, to the hospital, and they were they stopped by the Krispy Kreme. I guess that they
to pick up a snack before they went to the hospital?
They were having trouble. No. They were having trouble driving because of the snow in Alabama.
Oh.
So the Alabama roads were covered in that, once in a century snowstorm they had, and he couldn't drive. He had to pull into the Krispy Kreme parking lot, and that's where she dropped baby.
Was the Krispy Kreme open?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know what?
It might not have been open because of the storm.
The baby boy is being named Boston Cream.
Oh.
Bear Claw.
Cruller.
No, the baby boy will be named Dallas.
Oh,
yes.
Name the kid Glazed.
That's what I was thinking.
Glazed donut. Krispy Kreme glazed donut. The original is the best.
Yeah, so the baby will be named Dallas. He and the mother doing very, very well. The manager of the Alabama Krispy Kreme originally suggested that Krispy Kreme treat the family to free donuts for a year, as well as host Dallas's first birthday party. That'd be nice.
Listen,
Have the kid's first birthday party back at the Krispy Kreme.
I don't even know if at your first birthday you can even eat a donut.
Listen, I'd have every birthday party at the Krispy Kreme. I'd name the kid middle name Dallas Donut Smith.
You know what you do? You snip the umbilical cord.
Oh, stop.
And you put them on the The glazed conveyor belt.
Yes. No, or you squeeze it and maybe like have some special raspberry filling.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the waterfall?
Instead of raspberry filling, it's corn blood filling.
Gross. You guys are gross. Allison.
We're going to freeze these for later.
Oh. Okay.
All right, Allison, great to have you on as usual.
No problem. I'll talk to y'all later.
Have a nice day.
See you later, Toots.
This is hysterical. I laughed at this. Astronomers. Oh, my God. We found a new asteroid. That's a big deal. Like and a lot of times it's amateur astronomers will find stuff. Well, I love this. A Harvard University affiliated astronomer announced the discovery of a brand new asteroid zooming precariously close to planet Earth. But then they realized it's not an asteroid that they spotted.
Come on.
Do you know what it was?
Is it a smudge?
No.
What?
It was the car that Elon Musk launched up into space. Remember the SpaceX launched the first ever Tesla Roadster, which my brother had that thing and had nothing but problems with that. I think he just ran it off a bridge to get insurance money at some point. No, he didn't. He sold it. But seriously, my brother had that first Tesla Roadster, and he says he'll never buy another Tesla again because the customer service was so lousy. He had all kinds of problems with that car. So anyway, back in, what year was it? It was a 2010 Roadster, and in February of 2018, they launched with a Falcon Heavy test flight.
And they sent one up?
Yeah, they put in like a mannequin. They had like a spaceman dummy sitting in the driver's seat, and they launched. Seriously, folks, up in space, there's an Elon Musk Tesla Roadster with a spaceman dummy floating in orbit out in space. And these Harvard-affiliated astronomers said, oh, my God, we found a new asteroid. It's very close to Earth. And it's freaking Tesla that Elon Musk launched up there in 2018.
That's hysterical. Starman.
It was a 2010 Tesla. Yeah, it's still looking for a charging station, apparently.
There's a website where you can track where he is.
Starman. That's right. They call him Starman.
Yeah, Starman's the name.
Yeah.
Starman.
That's one of Julian's favorite songs.
Yeah, it's a great. David Bowie.
Yep.
Yep.
It's actually on the other side of Mercury right now.
It is.
Yeah. Wow.
So they had to say, never mind. Not an asteroid.
Did they not see the outline of like a person in the thing?
I mean, it's pretty far away, Michelle. It's not like you're zooming in on your camera phone.
It's not like Google Maps?
The Minor Planet Center.
No, nothing like that.
The Minor Planet Center in Cambridge, Massachusetts, officially registered the new space rock January 2nd, saying that it was spotted hurling through the final frontier at roughly 150,000 miles from Earth, according to Astronomy magazine. Its distance was closer to the planet than the moon, prompting the scientists to declare the asteroid had been potential to someday slam into Earth. The elite organization located at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics then gave the object the official name 2018 CN41. It's freaking Elon Musk's Tesla floating around, and they thought it was a freaking asteroid.
That's hysterical.
These are Harvard astronomers. Yeah, a bunch of brilliant astronomers up there.
Harvard's not quite what it used to be.
Yeah. Astronomers 17 hours later had to take back their discovery after learning that they had mistaken a cherry red sports car for an asteroid.
How quickly did they rush this to news media?
Right.
Oh, wait, we discovered an Come on, guys, do a little more research.
Oh, that's hysterical. Oh, good news. They've got them. They have the last four. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very good, serious breaking news. In fact, I think we're about to join Network. Oh, it's a breaking news update. This is an NBC News special report. Now, from New York, Fester Dolt. Fester.
Yes, coming into the newsroom right now, Fester Dolt reporting live from St. Petersburg. Let's throw it to our live.
No, you're in New York.
No, I'm on the scene.
Oh,
I'm on location.
But
I'm on location.
The breaking news is not from St. Petersburg.
Well, I'm telling you where I am. It doesn't matter
So,
where it is.
like, give us the breaking
The announcer
news.
says I'm live from Washington D.C.
I don't think Fester has any idea what it is. What do you know what it is?
Well, I'm going to throw it to my I'm going to throw it to my field correspondent MJ.
No, I gave you a hint that the last 4 have been captured.
Oh, I know what it is. Okay, do it again. I need it again. I'm sorry. I need it again. I'm sorry.
Here we go. This is an NBC News special report. Now from New York, Fester Dolt.
Reporting live from New York, Fester Dolt, NBC News. We have breaking news out of South Carolina.
Yes?
The monkeys have been captured. The last 4 remaining macaque monkeys are now in custody.
Yeah.
That
is 100% accurate. They finally captured the last 4 macaques.
We have an interview right now scheduled with the guy who found them. Sir, what did you do? Well, I grabbed those macaques and I took them and I threw them in the cage. So you threw them in the cage? One macaque was really fighting me hard. And I grabbed him and I jerked him around. And I said, listen to me. You ain't get one over on me, macaque.
So good news. They captured the final. They grabbed macaques.
The last 4. I mean, it's been months, right? It feels like it's been months.
Yeah. Authorities in South Carolina said the last 4 of the 43 escaped macaques have been recaptured after 2 months of living in the woods. Oh, they also had to deal with the snowstorm.
Yeah, that's when they had enough.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Screw this.
Take us back to the animal testing outlet.
We're sorry.
Put us back in a cage and kill us soon. Get us back inside here. Yeah, they were tempted back into captivity by a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, apparently.
Listen, that would get me back.
The rhesus macaque monkeys, all females, made a... Well, then I guess... they're all females, but they are macaque monkeys.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And they escaped after an employee did not fully lock the enclosure at the Alpha Genesis facility.
I mean, you got to figure, these animals have lived their life in captivity. They're not great hunters, I wouldn't think. I mean, they could get a little bit of food.
There's still
trash food. I mean, what are they in dumpsters?
Still instinct that they learn or that they are instilled with. So the facility breeds them for medical research. The locals in South Carolina, in Yemassee, South Carolina, call it the monkey farm.
Yeah.
Ew.
Tell you what, that's like the hot house up near Reston with the hot zone. You ever read that hot zone book? Whew. First chapter, first chapter of Hot Zone, man. That'll get your skin crawling. I would have thought, so congratulations on grabbing macaques, all right? Yeah. All right. The last 4. All right, so I would have thought she would have been worth a whole lot more money.
And hasn't done anything in 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she didn't have the publishing on that song. This song was actually
destitute, but I wouldn't think she's crazy loaded.
She was not destitute. Of course, she died a couple of years ago in 2023, and Sinead O'Connor reportedly left all $1.7 million of her estate to her children. Come on. If I were playing the high-low game, I would have totally been out, like, immediately. I mean, I would have thought that Sinead O'Connor would have an estate bigger than $1.7 million.
Is it dollars or pounds?
It's dollars. So
my report says pounds.
That almost sounds right.
Mine says dollars.
Listen, whatever it is, let's call it $2 million. That sounds about right. I mean, she's a click above a one-hit wonder.
All right, so hold on a minute.
Yeah.
So after the $1.7 million estate, after funeral costs, debt payment, and legal fees, it then was reduced to $1.4 million. And listen to this. As part of her final wishes, the singer also directed that her albums be released after her death at the discretion of any of my children who were then over 18, so as, quote, to milk it for what it's worth.
Good for her, man. Take care of the kids.
That was in her will. Let my kids release all my albums and milk it for what it's worth.
I'm dead and gone, and my kids can make a couple of bucks off anything I've created in my lifetime. Have at it.
Listen to this. Also, Sinead O'Connor requested, so all this was just released, all this information from, probate, these are the probate records, that Sinead O'Connor requested to be dressed in priest clothing in her coffin with a Hebrew Bible and her album Theology by her side.
Oh.
My children can disperse my ashes as they see fit. Oh, wait a minute. They're ashes, or is there a body?
I
in
guess.
A priest? Well, maybe they cremated her in
Cremate you.
with the CD and with the Bible and the priest clothing. And of course, remember she tore up a picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
They're like, fight the real enemy. And
Yeah.
She was talking about abuses in the Catholic Church, and she was right.
All right, I think we can call it a day. I still have things we didn't get to, but hey, there's always tomorrow. There's always Tuesday here on the MJ Morning Show. Michelle, I would like to thank you for coming in today.
You're welcome.
If you liked Michelle in studio, Michelle will also be here tomorrow. And Michelle will also be here on Wednesday. She will not be here on Thursday and Friday because she's undergoing that laser profusion facial treatment again, where it will look like she was scorched by one of the dragons from HBO's House of the Dragon.
Yes, it will.
All right, we're done. We'll see you back here tomorrow, folks, for another exciting episode of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. And do me a favor, let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app, powered by Anna.